Righto, that should have everything set up, I believe. Also, shut the fuck up. Well then, yeah, it's gonna be a bit rough today since first ever fucking stream. Hello though. Righto, that should have. Oh god, why can? Oh god, no. Believe. Yep. Also, shut the fuck up. There we go. Chat open. Yes. Right. God, today's gonna be fucking rough, isn't it? Fucking Phil being absolutely fucking unhinged lately. Anyhow, might as well go over some videos from yesterday's fucking scoping, seeding, molding, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Also, do let me know if something is wrong with the audio, whether it's from my microphone, from the video, yada yada yada. Then again, would hope there's viewers. But yeah.
Last time I had financial freedom was probably 2014 when I moved out here. That was the end of it. Seriously, like 2014. But yeah, like people would always come by and say, Phil, why are you not playing the real comp? Why are you not? And so all these years I'm thinking, you know, maybe when I finally get the capability of doing this, I want to play Fightcade. And now I have it and I advertise. And we talked about this for months. We talked about ever since I got the mini PC that I would do it. We said I was going to do it in December. Then it got delayed. Then we said January. Then it got delayed again. There was all these opportunities for you to find out about this. It wasn't until the morning that I was going to do the Fightcade setup tonight that I was told that this happens. It was the morning of, during a 10-year span, that everyone crapped on me saying I was a coward dodging the competition. The truth of the matter is, I never.
I mean, Phil, you are a fucking coward that will never fucking change. Once a coward, always a fucking coward. Bro, you fucking hide everything. Like, I need protection from the trolls. I need protection from this. I need protection from that. Help! And you call other people fucking sheltered while you never leave your fucking condo. And yeah, like, bruh, you're like literally the most sheltered fucking person I know.
Would have been able to do it because it exposes my IP, and it was all a lie. I'm a coward. I'm
Okay,
working
use a
coward
VPN
line,
then.
so that ain't gonna happen. And thankfully, it was people like Bonos Tecmo and a few others. It was him and like 2 or 3 other people who were all finding the information and putting it in the chat this morning. I basically once again have dodged a huge bullet. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 is officially the year of
Detractors have
dodging a
literally
million
been
huge
talking
bullets.
about this
So
for
far,
fucking
it's like
weeks.
the fucking Matrix, and I'm just doing Matrix dodging like Keanu Reeves right now. All these
Like I
bullets
swear to
are
God, man,
passing
learn
me
to
by
fucking Google.
because there were so many opportunities for bad things to happen, and somehow I'm dodging them. I mean, this is good, obviously, but it definitely is frustrating. So many things, you know, are kind of not working out in a positive way. I wish they did. In this case, I don't like the fact that I can't play classic fighting games. I want to. This sucks that I can't, that I don't have an access to it, but others can. Right? Because others don't have an army, a legion of fucking trolls after them. It's kind of like, it's very similar to the situation where people are saying, what about all these gifted memberships that you keep getting from trolls that you're saying, you know, they're not real? Well, they are real, but they're basically discounted because they're using an exploit. They're using a VPN. It's too much work. I can't.
They're using
like they're
a VPN.
where the pricing is incorrect on memberships, and then they're mass buying them for a few pennies. And so it ruins the whole membership system. It breaks it. And people are like, so why is that affecting you and not others? Because I'm Darkside Phil, and I'm the one who's stalked by literally thousands of men.
Because you're Darkside Phil, and that means you're a fucking idiot. Like, I swear to God, like, literally everyone everyone fucking managed to Google it within 2 seconds. Does it expose your IP, yay or nay? And yeah, it does. Like, but only to your opponent. So, get over it. But then there's Phil, who says, oh, well, I mean, if you were to believe everything that you read on Google, you would believe that aliens are on Earth. Well, maybe there fucking are. It's called being critical about the shit that you read. But literally the first post that you can find on whether IP gets revealed or not is, yes, it gets revealed to your opponent, not anyone else. And then there's a link to the actual creators of Fightcade's Twitter, or to the official Fightcade Twitter, explaining just that. Like, don't you think you would be able to trust them, Phil? Like, seriously, just open Google for like 2 fucking seconds and you would have known.
Mentally ill people who think that that's okay to do. It's okay to exploit a system as long as it hurts Phil. Yes. It's okay to skirt the rules as long as it hurts Phil. Yes. It's okay to literally break the law, which has happened to me many times over the years. People breaking the law just to...
Right. Shit, did I link the wrong one? Oh no, I linked the correct one. Meow. Oopsie.
To hurt Phil. Yes. That's sick. No! There's other fighting game streamers out there literally right fucking now who are playing on Fightcade. And there are no trolls going in using IP sniffers to find their IP address, post it up on the internet on Kiwi farms, and have everyone DDoS attack them.
Yeah, because smart people use a fucking VPN, you fucking dumbass.
A prominent fighting game streamer who gets to play Fightcade all the time. And he does never had this issue whatsoever. Not once has this happened to him. He could just play it with no issue. Why? Because he doesn't have an army of weirdo, loser, mentally ill people following him around. So he can have a normal life. I can't. I'm not free to have a normal life because of this. And then people idiotically say things in the chat like earlier, oh, victim complex. It's not a fucking complex, you idiot. It's documented factual shit that's happening. I'm not making it up. You say victim complex.
I swear to God, when he fucking started talking about this, like a fucking documented fact, I was expecting him to fucking start threatening to send spoons to people's fucking mailboxes again, because it's literally how he started out that entire fucking rant. But it's like, Phil, just use a VPN. It adds like 5 ms of fucking latency. And lag doesn't really matter as long as you, as long as it's stable. Like, stable lag is fine. You can play League with... You can play fucking online games with over 100 milliseconds of lag. Or latency, sorry. You just gotta get used to it. It's when it fluctuates that it goes wrong. So, your whole bullshit... I mean, the thing is as well, when it's 18 ms, then all of a sudden it's too low. When it's 40 ms, it's too high. What is for you the sweet spot when it comes to latency, Phil? Which one is it? Because it seems like nothing is ever just good enough. God, I swear to God, you're fucking... Ugh.
Complex if you're actively trying to make yourself a victim for sympathy. I don't want anyone's sympathy. I just want to do the normal shit everyone else can fucking do, and
I don't want your sympathy. I just want your money.
I'm not allowed to.
This is such a fucking fake cry.
This is not a victim complex. It's my fucking reality. That every place I turn, I get harassed by weirdos and losers and people who should be mentally examined for help. Because if they think this is a use of something normal in their life, they're out of their minds. They are infatuated with me and my family, and they're actively trying to harass us at every turn.
Bro, the only person in your family, or well, person, that people are infatuated with is fucking Jasper, because he's a cat and he's fucking innocent in all of this. People couldn't give 2 flying fucks about you or your fat wife.
So it's this simple. I'm not allowed to do the things everyone else does. Just like back when I was on Twitch, I was not allowed to have a sponsored stream because my trolls would harass whoever the sponsor was, and the sponsor would demand from Twitch that I no longer get these sponsored opportunities because they don't want to be harassed by trolls. So then they kicked me out of the program and never told me. They literally lied to me about it. Outright lied and said, oh, it was a coding error. They weren't man enough to say, oh, we're kicking you out of the program unfairly because of your trolls. They lied about it and said it was a coding error that I couldn't see the page. Yes, that's what they told.
Wait, what do you mean they weren't man enough? Twitch doesn't owe you shit. You're a fucking small-time fucking creator. You know, as you say, I'm just a little guy. Why the fuck would they give two flying fucks about you if they won't even give Dr. Disrespect the time of day about why they banned them or whatever? Why the fuck do you think they would do it for Darkside goddamn Phil, of all fucking people?
So it's just one of many, many things. It's why I can't have a merch page. Because if I have a merch page, my trolls go to the vendor and complain that I'm a bigot and a racist and a sexist and the king of hate and I'm a horrible person and you don't want to do business with them. So then they kick me out because they're getting harassed, you see? Not that any of this is true, but they don't care. They just don't want the hassle. So this is why I can't get the same things as everybody else. This is why when people say, well, why don't you just take on sponsors? Because I can't take on a sponsor. Even if I did, it wouldn't last because of this. Do you understand?
Okay, miss, I swear to God, I get so fucking tired of that whole fucking spiel that he does every so fucking often. It's like, oh, I can't get sponsors because of my trolls. But then he turns around and he goes, well, even if I could get sponsors, I don't want them because I'm not a shill. Also, I really want sponsors, but my fucking trolls, man. It's like, pick one or the other. You can't use both to fucking defend yourself and basically be like, oh, well, you know, give me money because, well, I can't get sponsored because my trolls fuck everything up. But I don't want sponsored, by the way. Like, fuck off.
Dan, I have to basically make a living just off of streaming. That's it. I can't get income from anywhere else because of these idiots. That's not a victim complex. That's actual reality for me.
This condo, I'm stuck with a condo in Connecticut that's worth shit. I can't sell it and I can't rent it. So it's just draining on my finances every fucking month and I can't get rid of it.
Because these idiots won't leave me alone. What they don't realize is all the things they don't like. For example, they don't like it when I go on a stream and I talk about this. They don't like it.
Yeah, by the way, sorry if I cough every now and then.
Guys, will you contribute
I do have a cold.
Oh, he's an e-beggar. Oh, he's a victim. But I have to do that because you fucked my life up. You understand that?
Bro, you fucked your own life up.
If you wouldn't die,
no one fucked up your life except for you.
Like everyone else who uses it. If you wouldn't fuck up sponsors, I would have had sponsors years ago, and I wouldn't have been in the financial situations that I got into. Phil,
but you don't want sponsors.
Out this form. I really feel that at this point, since it seems like this might be something serious, you should get a tax attorney in the state of Washington. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Keep in mind, this guy, 30 years experience as a tax attorney, taken thousands of dollars for me, all right, to do my taxes over the years. He blatantly, I have it in writing from him in an email that I saved on purpose. In writing, it says, you do not have to get another attorney. I will still be your tax attorney. He's taking on all that responsibility for me moving and doing my taxes properly. In the state of Washington. Literally says, well, I think you should just get another tax attorney now in Washington. You created the problem with the level of harassment.
Fucking I'll show myself in the fucking Discord.
And then you complain about the consequences of the problem. Your consequences created actions for me that I couldn't avoid, and now I'm living with those repercussions of your...
Wait, what the fuck did he just say?
Created the problem with the level of harassment you did against me, and then you complained about the consequences of the problem. Your consequences created actions for me that I couldn't avoid, and now...
Your consequences created actions for me. What? 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 Bruh.
Now I'm living with those repercussions of your actions, and I'm just trying to make a living, but you're not happy with that. But you created the situation. You're fucking stupid. You're the dumbest people on earth. Do you get it? You're literally the dumbest people. You created the situation you don't like. I wasn't ever having to do shit like this back in the day. When I was 10 years ago before This Is How You Don't Play, I just did whatever. I played games, I uploaded videos, I went on trips, I did everything. I had no issues with my income. So because of that, I was able to do whatever the hell I wanted. I was free. I wasn't sitting there begging people for contributions. I wasn't saying, oh, we got to have a Patreon and we got to have a PayPal and we got to have this. It was literally just, here's my videos, watch them, ad revenue. Thanks so much. And
You literally put a PayPal link on like the first fucking videos you ever released. What the fuck are you on about? Also, you took out loans and maxed out 15 credit cards with all those fucking trips you were taking. What? How is this anyone else's fault but yours? You took out business loans, you took out payday loans, you maxed out credit cards, then paid it off with a different credit card, and so on, and so on, and so on. Like, you have no one but yourself to blame. You're actually fucking retarded.
gave shit away constantly, like giveaways every fall, all this shit behind the scenes. Hell, I used to be able to afford to give money to charity, and I did many times behind the scenes back when I actually made money to do it. In fact, you know what? I choose not to believe you. I don't believe you. Like Ron Burgundy says, I don't believe you. But I can't anymore because people fucked with my life so much. So you
Also, by the way, just gonna say this, the fucking giveaways that he did every fall were literally the empty boxes that he kept from the games that he returned to fucking GameStop. You didn't invest any money into your giveaways, they were literally just the shit you were gonna throw away anyway. The fuck do you mean trolls ruined your giveaways?
created the monster. You created the situation, and now you want to hold me accountable for it when you did it. Fuck you. Fuck every one of you. Every one of you out there who acts like this and does this horrible things to me and my family. That's why I can't play Fightcade. That's why I can't do the normal things other streamers do. It's you. You're the problem. If you don't exist right now, if you were finger snapped out of existence, think about that. That all you do is you sit around, you hurt people all day long, and people would probably be happier if you would just change your behavior immediately. But you won't, because you've been doing this to me for over a decade, right? It's just insane how they act, these fucking people. So anyway, that's what's going on. That's why I'm trying to express how openly disappointed I am right now with the fact that I can't play retro fighting games. I was stoked and pumped for this. You guys built this
You
up
could
for years,
literally
and
play
it's made me
retro
so
fighting
happy.
games whenever the fuck you
And
want.
now I can't do it, you know? And now, I mean, to be particularly honest, it just sours me from wanting to do something. Like right now, what should we do tonight? I don't fucking know. I'm not even in a mood to fucking do anything. I'm pissed that I'm not allowed to have the things that anyone else who turns on their PC to stream can do. I'm really ripping pissed. And I don't think that I should now have to fucking come up with some
hecking
bullshit,
pissed.
extravagant fallback plan because of the actions of a bunch of shitbags out there who have no fucking lives. Trolls, it just gives them the attention, and then they
What fucking extravagant fallback plan, man? Just play play any fucking game that you're already playing. Play fucking Star Wars. Fucking explore Game Pass. Like people have been asking you for fucking months. What do you mean extravagant? It doesn't even have to cost you money.
Listen, they're going to do it anyway. It doesn't matter what I say or do. They do it anyway. They invent shit up that doesn't happen on my stream and title their videos that and then creatively edit to make it look like it happened when it didn't. They do whatever they want. It doesn't matter what I say or do. I'm not a fucking pussy coward who thinks that, oh, I better not say anything because God forbid my trolls might attack me. They do it anyway, so I don't give a fuck about what they do. Do you think I give two flaming turds what the fuck they say about me? They can eat my shit out of my ass with a spoon. I'm not trying to...
Oh, well, hey, there we go. Fucking spoon calling.
I'm not super thin-skinned Phil where I can't take an insult. There you go. I don't give a fuck. I'll say what I want, and I'll talk about what I want. And in this case, I needed to talk about it because it's unfortunate because a lot of people were looking forward to Fightcade, including me, and I can't do it now, and it's their fucking fault, so they can eat shit.
Ah, yes.
Shut the fuck up and eat it. Eat it. Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking...
My ears. Right, no, the guy isn't live yet. Might as well just pause it here. Right, that's one video. On to the next one.
Last time I had
Wait, I played
it
it.
was probably 2014.
Oh god damn it! I played them out of order.
Seriously, like 2014.
First streaming already a fucking disaster
Since
stream.
then, obviously a lot has changed.
Right?
Okay. And in reality, you know, everyone has these different skewed histories of Street Fighter, depending on who you were friends with and who you knew and where you lived. And my history of Street Fighter is just very different than everyone else's because I lived on the East Coast. I wasn't friendly with the people who ran Shoryuken.com and the people who ran Evo. In fact, it was kind of the opposite. I was kind of at odds with them a lot because I felt that they had a lot of things that they were running that weren't very kosher, a lot of very questionable practices at their tournaments, and all kinds of stuff, okay? So, the reason we're talking about this is because this all ties into Fightcade, okay? If you don't know, Fightcade, all right? And by the way, Jughead Jones, you're absolutely wrong. The posts are not archived there because
Oh, you're so funny,
what
Skull.
we're talking about are unrelated posts, not to the subject, so get banned, you fuckface. Because everything I'm talking about was in IRC chats and shit. These conversations I had, they can't be archived.
The thing is, I used to be known as Astrodon Twat.
More on Detractor in my chat.
Was thinking about renaming my channel to that instead.
You can run, but you can't
But
hide. I love it.
oh, fuck it.
Everything Phil ever said has been archived. Wrong. Wrong. All the deleted posts are gone, so you would never find my posts about this because they were deleted. The ones that you'll see were the ones that were allowed to be posted. They were selective of what they allowed to be on the site. And no, the private conversations that I have with the people behind the scenes are not archived. You're a moron. Oh my god.
Okay, so some people believe that the ALT does have the IRC chat, but I don't believe that the private IRC chats would be available anywhere. Like, yes, he has the everything from the Shoryuken forums, and that will be featured. Thank fuck for that in... Wow. They will be featured in the June the King doc. But the private IRC chats, I don't believe anyone has access to those. Unless they were backed up somewhere on the Shoryuken forums, but I doubt that. Like, I will give Phil the benefit of the doubt in that one.
God. What a fucking idiot. So, I need to know tonight when we're doing a live setup of this how it works, how to prevent the trolling. Before I boot a single match, I need to have this set up so we're not going to have pop-ups constantly with people inviting spam. We're not going to have people getting my IP and trying to knock my streams offline. You know, this all has to be figured out before I fuck around with this thing. They're not going to fix that, I guess, huh? Is this the same person? Here.
God, the amount of problems that Phil could avoid by literally just doing a short little Google search is...
It's not as simple as, oh, I'm just a Joe Nobody, no one cares, so I can just download it and use it. No, you know that I'm a target. So everyone who's asked me for 10 years to use Fightcade, I hope you know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Bro, you're not a target, you're a tard.
Because, yeah, it's a major concern for me that something like this could happen, okay? I hope it doesn't. I hope legit this is not an issue and that we will get it working. So, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How do I fix this or how do I make it so that's not going to be a concern, right? I don't know. Does anyone even know? You can block in-game chat and all that stuff.
Does anyone even know, huh?
That's what people were saying, is that when you first obviously, but then you could turn off the ability for someone to send you an invite. The problem is that means that I have to always go to other people and invite them to matches. There is no matchmaking in this. It's just going to be a listing of people who want to play. You have to pick who you want to play, and they have to accept, and then you play, right? So, I don't know. We have to see how it works. And if it doesn't work, if it ends up being a fucking mess, then I guess it's a fucking mess, and we just don't do it. And for those, why don't you set it up offline? Because I'm an idiot. Like, I wouldn't really admit it now. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, exactly.
Do that. Literally, the issues cannot be figured out until we're doing it live. Right? Like, if I play it offline, no one will know I'm doing it offline. So how would I know how I'm going to handle trolling? It would be the moment I turn it online that people start trolling me that we could figure out the fixes. Not offline. It doesn't even make sense.
I mean, I'm surprised that Phil actually knew what peer-to-peer fucking means. I mean, someone had to explain it, and then he tried to explain it to the rest of his audience. But the entire thing is as well, like, fucking the Comcast business plan, the one fucking thing that he's so proud of having for his fucking business his fucking business-style internet bullshit, has DDoS protection. So even if they grabbed his IP, there's nothing they can do with it. Like, okay, cool, they can find his actual fucking street address. It's already out there anyway, as he said himself. Like, what are you worried about?
The same thing people say about, oh, well, why weren't you ready for this when you did your multiplayer session? Because I wasn't fucking playing on stream. So I didn't have anyone trying to troll me. How could I have prepared for it when I didn't know how it was going to
Google!
How would we have known that in Street Fighter 6 there's constant invite pop-ups? How would you know that unless you were playing it and people were trolling you live on a stream? You would never know that. People just think the world is fucking perfect and everything can be perfectly prevented or planned for. Or no, it's not. That's not reality. And if you think that, you probably live an insanely insulated fucking life where your mom probably does everything for you, so you don't realize that things actually happen that you have to fix on the fly.
Yes. Us detractors, our moms do everything for us. I remember when my mom used to comb my hair until it was 6. Oh, wait, no, that was Phil. Huh. I remember when my mom did my laundry until it was like in my... Oh, wait, no, that was Phil as well. Huh. I remember the times when, until it was in my mid-30s that I still couldn't cook for myself, and then my wife to do it for... Oh, wait, no, that was Phil again!
It's just absolutely ridiculous, over-the-top nonsense. Where your mom probably does everything for you. Oh my god. Like, when people say shit to me like that, like, oh, you could have just easily prevented every problem early. It's like, no, you can't. That's not life. You're crazy if you think that, okay? I want to play Fightcade. I want to play old school Street Fighter, all right? But I have to get it working properly.
But you're not even in your 30s shit. Shut the fuck up, man.
I boot up the stream, and we have 5 minutes, and now it's working. I get the feeling it's going to be a rough setup. You got to, it has to be installed right now. With this keyboard and mouse setup, the keyboard and mouse are way the fuck over.
Like, okay, little side note, like, I am not proud to admit this, but I didn't know how to use a fucking washing machine and a dryer until I was, like, somewhere in my 20s, and I remember, Nash, it was actually you who fucking taught me. But it's not like it was hard, it's just I'd never done it. It's like, literally after the first time, I was like, oh, wait, that's it? That's fucking easy. Meanwhile, Phil tries to use the fucking washing machine to help out his wife. And he said, I fucked it all up. I stopped it instead of paused it. Oh no. Oh no, what shall I do? Like, dude, for real, man.
Over there. Like, way over there. So I can't reach them. I'd have to figure out how to get stuff to reach over here and use it realistically. Maybe the mouse would reach, but I don't know about the keyboard. Plus, do I need the keyboard? Once I map...
Man, the one time he needed to drop the input on this fucking washing machine, it didn't happen.
Fine. Or am I always going to need this fucking keyboard for something? Or will the mouse do everything? Right? Like, I don't know. What a dumbass. What a fucking dumbass. See, now we got someone in chat who's literally saying, every time you play a match, someone has your IP. Guys, do you really believe that? Do you really believe that on Fightcade, that every time you play someone, they immediately get your IP address? Do you think anyone would actually use Fightcade if it immediately doxed your IP address? Seriously, don't you think that would be a slight liability for the people who made it and for the people who use it, that every single moment, right?
This is such a great moment because it just shows that Phil literally knows nothing, yet he's always so smug when he thinks he knows something. Because, like, oh, you really fucking think they'll get your IP? Really? I mean, they get suited to oblivion, you fucking idiots. And not even 5 minutes later, more people start pointing out, like, yeah, by the way, it's peer-to-peer. The person that you're playing against will have your IP. And that's the moment he starts panicking. It's like, what? What? They can dox me? Help! And then it got cancelled. Like any normal human being would fucking listen back to this and be like, maybe I shouldn't be such a smug cunt when I don't know the actual facts about something. Maybe I should actually, listen to people, look something up, try and figure something out before pretending that I know literally every single aspect and side and everything about all the fucking subject.
Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. People are just, I don't know. People are just crazy, right? Anyway, so I don't.
People are just crazy, yet it's the exact fucking reason as to why you cancelled Fightcade indefinitely. Yeah, okay.
I know everyone's saying VPN. That doesn't work. When you do a VPN, it adds lag. What are you talking? Boy, you have no idea how a VPN works, do you? Use a VPN. That's not how VPNs work, genius. VPNs
It's exactly how VPNs work, you fucking retard.
route you through another location of the planet, adding insane amounts of lag. Then you're going to play an online game? Are you stupid? Boy. So anyway, I don't know. This was this Bono Techno says the chat client does not have your IP address. Others cannot find it through the chat client. The lobby only knows your country, but when you play a game, they get your IP address. What? You know? Okay. All right. This is so ridiculous. Do you not understand the legal liability that a company would have if every time that you used something, it gave away your IP address? Do you not?
Look at them being this fucking smug about it again. Also, by the way, the post that the person basically copy-pasted was the same one that I found within 2 seconds of doing a Google search about Fightcade and IP. And it's basically a Reddit post where someone does a TLDR and then links the official statement from the official Fightcade Twitter. But again, Phil apparently doesn't know how to use fucking Google.
I don't understand that. Oh my god, the common intelligence level of the common gamer. Oh my god. So either you're telling me people just don't care and they're so idiotically stupid that they would actively use this fighting game client to play the game and literally open themselves up to doxing and DDoS attacks and trolling. And this has been like this for 15 years.
Yeah, but by the way, it's called that's pretty much exactly what he said. But then he also went on to say no, I don't blame the creators of Fightcade. It's actually really good that they have something like this. But Phil, you said they could be sued into oblivion, and people that use it are apparently fucking stupid and moronic and mouth rulers. But you also applaud the makers of Fightcade for providing a free service. Okay.
All right? Or you're wrong. So which is it? Do we have a ginormous legal liability, in which case someone could sue the fuck out of the company that made Fightcade because they're constantly giving away people's IP addresses without telling them? Or are you wrong? Which is it? Oh my god, sometimes I'm so stupid. I'd like to know. I'd like the honest answer. Maybe you're right, and then this company will just get sued. This is literally like playing a peer-to-peer game via an emulator. This is how it works. I play this with the Techmo community. So seriously, how would anyone who is a known player who streams, okay, how would you use it? So you tell me I can't
A VPN!
Use it. You tell me I can't use
Sorry, Cat.
because all it's going to take is one troll, right, to join a match to play me, and they have my IP address. The coach's like, fucking shit, fuck this guy, piece of fucking shit. Hate this fucking team. I hate these fucking players. I hate my fucking life. I'm going home. I'm drinking a whole thing of fucking Jack tonight. And then they're just gonna fucking post it all over the internet, and then the people are gonna DDoS attack me constantly. Yeah, I don't know. This is 10 years of people telling me to play on Fightcade, and now the day when I'm gonna do it, now you people tell me in chat that this is what happens. You waited this long to tell me. It's not my fault. I literally did nothing wrong and violated 0 rules. No, trolls cannot IP.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
Doxed me 5 zillion times over the years, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's just stupidity saying that. I just want you guys to put your.
Because my cat is actually sitting on my lap. I would never let Catherine Burnell sit on my fucking lap, man. I'd be dead.
Most people do not. They hold you accountable and they treat me like shit. And I just want you to listen to me for a second rationally. For over 10 years, I've exclusively played fighting games on console. And every time that I've done this, I've never had an issue, any kind of security whatsoever, because consoles secure all your information. No one's going to get your IP address from playing a fighting game on a console, ever. But because of that, I've had to put up liability.
Also, I don't know if this is true, but apparently the reason why fucking consoles are that secure with peer-to-peer connections is because consoles actually do tend to reroute through a VPN. Which is fucking hilarious. because apparently VPNs make multiplayer games and online games impossible. But okay then.
Excuse me, lag and inferior versions of these games. I have, and these are, we can all agree that the console versions, classic fighting games, are not up to snuff with the real versions. They've all had issues with lag, or like I said, with the Capcom Classics collection, literally no moderation options whatsoever. Pretty bad, right? In that regard, you get the inferior version, but at least you're safe, correct? It's been 10 years. Everyone yelled at me, I'm doing the wrong thing. Everyone uses Fightcade. Why don't you just use Fightcade? You're such an idiot. You're such a dumbass. You're such a loser. You don't do what everyone else does. You're not playing the best players because you're not using Fightcade. You should be using Fightcade.
Whenever Phil is sitting there vibrating in this fucking chair, he looks like he really needs to use the bathroom.
So now here we are, 10 years later, and I'm ready. I've been waiting. I got the time set around. Let's do it. So let's get to the fun, right? That's what we're all here for. Right?
I mean, I remember
by the way,
using.
That exposes your IP address.
I used Ivacy for a
you had to
while
wait 10 years
to play Lost Ark.
Seriously, now I'm fucking pissed. I'm legit and very rightly pissed.
I'm hacking pissed. But I used
the
Ivacy VPN for a while because I mean it was the cheapest one that I could find at the time.
Your IP
just to play Lost Ark. Because
it gets to the point
the rules in some countries in Europe that are like,
oh,
if it has microtransactions, the game is not allowed.
I want to hear you bitching, because that's where the point we're getting to at this point.
So I had to play. I had to put myself in Germany to be able to play fucking Lost Ark. Never had fucking lag issues.
Because there's no way that a streamer should be using Fightcade if it gives away your IP address. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired that because I'm Darkside Phil, I'm the brunt of the abuse. I get the one that get yelled at and called names and treated poorly because I'm Darkside Phil. That's really the only reason, right? If I was anyone else, it would have been like, all right, well, you're a streamer, you know, Fightcade's the best, but, you know, for me, it's like, no, fuck you, Phil, you piece of shit, right? You've been doing it wrong for 10 years. Why?
Bro, literally, this fucking talk is... It almost makes me think, like... Imagine if fucking Hitler went, you know, the only reason why people hate me is because I'm actually Hitler. If I wasn't Hitler, I wouldn't be getting all this hate. What the fuck, man? Leave me alone. I've done nothing wrong. But just because I'm Hitler, I get all this hate. Bruh. Yes. Yes, you're only getting this hate because you're Darkside Phil, and Darkside Phil is a fucking scumbag and an asshole who deserves to be mocked, scolded, yelled at, called names, fucking told to fucking option tree.
Why don't you just listen to us? I shared almost all of my personal doings and beings with my viewers. So you would know everything about me if I was sick, you know, how things were going with my YouTube channels, how things were going in my personal life with my friends, my family. Like, all that shit was always public. So for me, I was an easy target, right? Okay, well then, I'm listening to you now. Let's do it. Oh, wait, actually, your IP just gets exposed. You should have never done this to begin with. See, now Swagonito says, well, streamers use Fightcade all day long. Avoid the puddles, one of them. How? If it gives away your IP address, as people are suggesting in the chat, how? Player Essence, please, 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 kiss my fucking ass and enjoy your permanent ban, you dumb piece of fucking shit. Seriously. Fuck off. Oh, you're right, you will take the ban. You're absolutely right, you will take the ban. You'll take the ban hard right in your fucking ass. Get the fuck out.
So the funniest thing about that checkmark that he banned, because I actually had a look at his channel, and apparently the dude only makes fucking Switch and RPG content, and he has over 100k subs. You know, all the shit that if Phil makes content about it, literally no one cares, not even his own dent. Like, oh, we have RPG overload, and no one likes watching me play Nintendo games. Meanwhile, this guy makes his entire living with 100k subs and only doing RPG and Nintendo Switch content. The fucking irony is amazing.
Why am I so angry? Because if you were told for 10 years that you're doing something wrong, for 10 years, you were told you're the one who's doing everything incorrectly, why don't you just listen to reason And then the day you're actually going to make amends and change and try to do the thing that people have said this is the right thing to do, you get told, oh no, you can't do it anyway. How would you feel? It doesn't even matter that's Fightcade. This could have been anything. No, you see, Fightcade is something that the FGC is heavily into and has been. So if you're in the FGC, you probably know about Fightcade. Outside of that, you probably never heard of it. It's not something that you would hear. It's not advertised. It's not something that they're trying to get tons of people to use or anything like that, right? What do? Maybe I'll just sit here tonight and I'll just fucking sit back like this. I'll just be like, hey, I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit on stream and do nothing. And I'm like, what the?
Isn't that what you do all the time, even when you're playing a game?
It's just ridiculous at this point. It really is. At this point, I'm just so flabbergasted. I'm just so resigned. It gets to the point where, like, you get, what is the word? Like, you get desensitized. Like, I shouldn't be upset. I shouldn't be surprised that for 10 years, people gave me misinformation and yelled at me for that misinformation and acted like I was a villain or stupid or whatever, doing the wrong thing. I guess I shouldn't expect to be treated with respect. I guess that's actually the best way to.
The fucking thing is, like, if I was a person that felt like, okay, so for the last 10 fucking years, everyone's been lying to me, everyone's been giving me misinformation, everyone's been treating me like shit, I would start doing my own research. I mean, he literally claims to still be friends with people in the FGC. He says that he's friends with Arturo fucking Sanchez. Couldn't he just, over the last 10 years, you know, fucking messaged Arturo and been like, hey, so, how viable is Fightcade? Like, is there anything I should worry about? Because, you know, Phil says, like, oh, you can't trust anything off of Google, because, I mean, Google claims, I mean, if you listen to Google, it claims that there's actually aliens on Earth. You know, you need to get your info from people that actually play the game. Yet, he actually took his info from random fucking dents on his stream that did the same Google search I did and came across the exact same fucking post that literally everyone did. Well, fair enough. But it's like, okay, then ask someone in the FGC. Hit someone up like Arturo that apparently you're still friendly with. And ask them about it. You fucking idiot.
I should not expect to be treated with any kind of respect.
No, you shouldn't, because you don't deserve respect.
I think that it's my fault. Like, I think, man, the reason that this is happening is because something I did. Whenever people tell me, 9 times out of 10, they're fucking with me. They're just, any criticism of me actually isn't valid. It's just people trying to basically make fun of me just for the sake of making fun of me, right? I thought this was legit. I thought it's like, oh, people really haven't. Phil's been really missing out on playing old school fighters. Right? He's really been missing out because he just doesn't listen, because he's stubborn, he's obstinate. And so after all these years, I get to a point where I actually have a situation where I have a PC that I can play Fightcade. Let's do it. I'm excited to do it. We have the time to do it. I made the time to do it. I want to set it up. I want to do it. And then the morning before I'm going to do it, you tell me it gives away my IP address. It only took 10 fucking years. Horny Gordon Rule says Fightcade doesn't openly display your IP. It's still accessible during gameplay due to peer-to-peer nature like Call of Duty. So explain this to me. How does anyone ever stream Call of Duty? Because don't you think there's malicious parties who would get someone's IP address who's a streamer and DDoS attack them or post it all over the internet? So how is it possible that people play Call of Duty? How is it possible that
Why do you think people started using VPNs? Why do you think there's so many fucking VPN advertisements that everyone uses? It's not just like... It's not just because, like, oh, you know, I want to watch fucking Netflix content from a different country than mine. No, it's so people can't get DDoSed. And most internet providers actually have DDoS protections in place. That's why they don't constantly get DDoSed. That's why you're a fucking pussy and a fucking boomer who doesn't know shit.
Void the Puddle plays on Fightcade and doesn't get his IP address doxed? How is this possible? No, not a VPN, you incredible dunce. Stop saying VPN. VPNs are not for online play. Wow, that is a stupid answer. What a fucking...
Yeah, that's why everyone uses one for online play.
Just the very nature, the fact that you don't know how a VPN works is hilarious. To say that in a chat, that you think that you want to add latency by using a VPN in an online play, that is incredibly stupid. But you're
See, there's that fucking smug little laugh again that I fucking hate when he thinks that he's fucking correct and he knows everything about it while literally being wrong. Literally.
You're saying. Well, I guess it's a shot then. I guess we're just not doing it. I guess we're not doing it. What a waste of time this whole thing has been. Seriously. What a hilarious waste of time this discussion has been all these years.
Oh, by the way, Skull, how's the
I'm being told,
audio?
like, legit, someone who's trying to help in chat says, this is why in things like Fightcade it's considered friend groups or friend lobbies, people you trust playing against each other. That way it's not people using the information maliciously against you or anything. That's what they're saying. Yeah, play with trusted friends only. Well, then I can never use Fightcade, ever. Not a single fucking time can I ever play Fightcade, right? So I'm done. That's it. Fightcade is off the table. Now we have to change the schedule for the next 2 nights.
Oh no!
Play this program. Even
the autistic schedule.
That I use.
No.
Outright told me I'm an idiotic moron buffoon for playing console versions of fighting games when Fightcade exists, and you know, I mean, literally.
I mean, you are
insulted, as if I'm just fucking stupid as shit because
I'm
playing on console. But now I find out actually I was in the right all along.
No, you're not.
Like, wow, that's tremendous. That's absolutely tremendous. Amazing. And again, guys, I was 100% gung-ho. I was going to do this tonight. 100%. I was in line to play tonight with all of you, to enjoy retro fighting games. And apparently, I'm just not allowed that luxury like everybody else is.
Nice. Yeah, I followed an audio guide that Logan linked me.
I'm not allowed to.
And fucked around with it a bit.
Phil, and everyone just wants to shit on me constantly.
I just don't know how I can make it to where people can't hear me typing.
Differently, I guess it's off the table.
Because apparently you can, but...
You know, I'm glad I didn't fucking do anything early, because again, everyone's saying, oh, just do it early, set it up early. Imagine if I did, and then it gets canceled after all that work. Fuck that.
And again, I think with people from TBS, you can also hear them typing.
Because you need to hear it firsthand from people who use it to truly understand anything. Google searches are pretty fucking worthless. Right now, if you do a Google search, it'll tell you that fucking there's aliens on Earth and all kinds of weird shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to actually talk to people who actively use the technology regularly to really understand it. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, and you got your info from fucking Dents, Googling the exact same shit that you could have Googled. Except that one guy that was like, oh yeah, you know, I play it with my, what was it, fucking Capcom buddies or Konami buddies all the time. How do you even fucking know that's true, Phil? For all you know, it's a fucking LARPer in your chat. You will literally take the opinion of a random person in your chat over Google. Like, you call Reddit useless all the fucking time, but Reddit is literally the best place to go to get this type of information. Oh yeah, that would be great actually. I mean, I've added a bunch of filters. Like after the stream, I can take a screenshot and show you what filters I've added through OBS itself.
Idea what we're doing.
Like I added noise suppression, noise gate, shit like that.
On stream and doing whatever. Corny Gordon rules. You have no idea the implications of what you're saying. They're like, you know, it just, that person, what they're saying, it doesn't happen that often. You should just do it anyway. You should just stream Fightcade and see what happens. Yes, because if my IP address gets doxxed, totally I'll just be able to easily stream every day, and it won't affect my business in a negative way or anything, right? I won't be able to not make money because I can't work. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. And then they blame fucking me. I'm definitely titling this podcast the Fightcade Disaster episode, for sure. I can't imagine. I mean, thank God we had this conversation. I mean, that would have been a really, really bad, right? Like, it would have been. It just would have been terrible. So, obviously, I'm very happy that it didn't come to that, and that we basically dodged yet another bullet, right? And I did nothing wrong. I did absolutely nothing wrong. I did everything right.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct. Right. The guy should be live about now, right? Right. God. Oh. I have a compressor on as well. He did a cold up. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck is this shit, man? Okay, you actually hear me slapping my desk? Hold on. Yes. What the fuck is this fucking intro?
What is going on, everyone? On today's show, it's my final consecutive streaming day of the week, and things are heating up because we're getting a head start on a brand new playthrough that I'm doing this week, plus some other schedule updates.
Oh god, he's gonna play Fallout 4, isn't he?
So, it should be a pretty packed show on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Oh, the late shift is Fallout 4. Fallout 4, sorry.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of April, 2024. This is the Level 1 Podcast, and as you can see, I'm in full Fallout mode today for very good reason, which we will discuss in a bit. First of all, I have some housekeeping things to talk about today to get everyone caught up on everything that's been going on around here. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. So first of all, we have a ton of new animations now added to this.
I never knew that Phil actually called one of his Fallout characters Fat Fox.
Yet, and as of this morning, I actually even added another new one. So,
Was it?
I would like to let everyone
Must have
know
been before the SOK.
animations for all levels of tip, up to $100 basically. So, $5, $10, $20, $30, and $50 tips on the stream all have new Street Fighter related animations.
Yes, and they look absolutely fucking horrible.
So, anyone who tips, thank you, and you'll get to see a cool new animation there. Now, there's also a Fallout animation that I added for $5 super chats. That'll play whenever you do $5 or more. I think the threshold is 10. When you do a $10 super chat, then it'll kick to the next tier. So that's pretty cool too. I like new animations. You may have noticed recently also, I have these new bumper animations on my streams for the podcast. If you are sitting here watching on demand, you only see it for a split second before the show starts. But those on stream get to see it for like 30 seconds every day. I really like those too. So,
bro, they're literally the most basic bitch fucking things you can get. Like, I could probably get fucking better ones from just browsing through fucking OBS. Sorry, Stream Elements.
Look, cool new border today for the podcast featuring.
Dude, I saw most of the animations yesterday, and they're actually fucking.
I played Fallout 6 times.
They're actually retarded.
3 times Fallout 3, 3 times Fallout New Vegas, and only once Fallout 4. But we're gonna change that tonight on the late stream.
Kind of funny though, because I know the Misery Merchants tweeted out like, "Oh, Phil is a
Now, what we should do is get everyone.
Phil is a fan of our
on what's
music."
going on with current playthroughs and the like, because today's schedule is completely different than what it originally was going to be, and that's perfectly fine.
Because I think someone actually made the exact Phil face over M. Bison as the Misery Merchants used for their
First screen, and did pretty darn good.
Oh, what the fuck was that song called again?
So the Placidusax option,
The first song they made for Chicken of the Ring this year.
you know, final boss, wrapped all that up, and then decided to head back to the Imperial City and take on Godfrey. And that was fun.
Which Blanco one? The one that Phil has, or the one that the Misery Merchants made?
Because we had a little bit of extra time left, like 20 minutes left, I even took on Radagon,
Also, hi, Moki.
boss, and actually got to the second phase and was starting to learn the pattern to get to the second phase, and then I ran out of time. So, great progress there. And quite honestly, there is nothing left besides that northern frozen wastes area, which we haven't thoroughly and fully explored yet. And then the city that leads you into the Haley tree, and then the Haley tree. That's what we got left in the game.
Cool.
And yes, there definitely seems to be desire for me to do that. All right, so we'll talk about that in a sec because we are actually playing it today. The late stream last
Also,
night
it's fucking hilarious.
It was something I was not planning on doing.
Oh, seems satellite style internet took some
I don't know what you call it. A matchmaking
Took
tool,
some
yeah,
pointers
whatever
from
you wanna call it.
the Tractor
But
Beam
it's a
Discord today.
compilation tool used on PC to play
I hope this is
classic
going to
fighting
be a
games
stellar
on
pre-stream
console
today.
is off the table for me completely. There is no way to foolproof play that thing and not put my IP address at risk for being discovered and posted all over the internet. Not to say that that would be the end of the world, but it's a pain in the ass with my ISP to change an IP address. I can't be having it exposed. Okay? So,
Well, I mean, the time is up when his wife finishes making dinner, because otherwise his din dish will be cold.
it's not. It sucks. Other people could use it. I can't. I'm in a special case with thousands of losers on the
Yeah,
internet.
you are a special case, because there's literally no one that's a fucking content creator that's as stupid as you.
We had a late night 2-hour hangout session, and basically it was pretty fun. We talked about so many different topics. You know, we covered games, we covered my history, we covered detractors, we covered everything that everyone wanted to talk about. I like having late night hangout sessions. You know, I don't like having them too often, but it was just a totally impromptu thing.
It's a totally impromptu thing that I announced like 5 hours before.
And I think you'll enjoy it if you like that sort of thing. So check it out. It is on demand here on the channel. We even had a live roasting of an idiot who came in and tried to toss like 10 pieces of detractor non-logic at me. And they basically got put over the coals and looked like an idiot.
No, it only makes you look like an
Honestly,
idiot.
It really was. It was a good night, even though we didn't get to do Fightcade. And it sucks that Fightcade is just not in the cards for me ever. If ever there is some other client that is made that you can play old school fighting games and not have your information at risk, I'll use it. But it just seems like it's not viable. Only on console right now is your information protected. And the console versions of these games stink, you know? Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection never had...
This man literally cannot sit still in this fucking chair, can he?
Capcom Fighting Collection, no one bought. Which is sad.
I don't know, I have some fucking ADD tics every now and then to where I always need to be busy with something, but he's literally fucking vibrating in his chair.
I have to resign to the fact that I just can't play old school fighting games. There's just no way for me to do it viably. It stinks.
Like, you would actually almost think like fucking Cat is just walking around downstairs and it's making his entire room vibrate or something, like...
And thank you for understanding, and thank you so much to those on stream yesterday who allowed me to understand that Fightcade was not secure. You know, I was led to believe that it was. I was lied to for many years. I'm happy to know now that, you know...
I was lied to for many years.
Man, it would have sucked if all my information got out there, right?
Your information is already out there.
So, moving on from that, we had to redo the schedule for this week entirely from scratch because of everything going on. And I had a couple options, and I'll be honest, I felt like Elden Ring is the right choice to play again today. And there's a couple of reasons. Number one, I like Helldivers 2, but I feel like if I play Helldivers 2 too much, it's going to end up being like too much of a multiplayer game. It'll get kind of tired. As opposed to Elden Ring.
It'll be too much of a multiplayer game. What? I guess he means he doesn't want to play multiplayer games too often, but the way he makes it sound is like, oh, well, you know, if I play Helldivers too much, yeah, Helldivers will become too much of a multiplayer game. It's only multiplayer.
Ring, it's not an endless game. We're approaching the end. You know, this rush to the Halig Tree and then the Halig Tree itself, that's what we have left for the game. So we're nearing the end of it, and it's perfect because if we end up finishing it in, you know, early May, then that's a month to give it a break before we go back to the game for the DLC in late June. So great pacing and everything, as opposed to if I played Helldivers 2 again today, I almost feel like that would have been too much. Even though I just played it Monday and it has been a couple days, you know, I don't want to get burnt out on it. So... that just, it felt like it made sense to me. Plus, everyone wants to see Halig Tree again. You know, it's the toughest part of the game. So that's what I'm going for. And we'll see how that goes today on the daytime stream. And then on tonight's night stream, we are doing something that I already told you I was going to start this weekend, but we're jumping the gun a bit. We're actually going to...
Let's Phil, we can see it. There's going to be Fallout fucking 4.
Now, there's 2 reasons I'm playing Fallout 4 again. Actually, I take it back. There's 3 reasons. Reason number 1... because it's the only Fallout I've never played a second time. Okay, I only played it once 9 years ago when it was a new release. I remember some things about it, but I don't remember all of it. I just remember certain things. And in the meantime, I've watched my wife play the game a few years ago, so it kind of refreshed my memory on some of it. But I didn't watch her play the whole thing. You know, every once in a while, I'd sit down and watch her play for an hour.
Who cares?
In a relatively
Literally, who
playthrough.
fucking cares? Just play the fucking game.
The only one I never went back to and re-explored in any way, shape, or form. So.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Also, I never did a modern playthrough of it. Meaning, when I was playing this 9 years ago, there was no no face cam, there was no chat interaction. It was as if I was just sitting there, playing the game for myself.
Honestly, I've only ever played New Vegas, heavily modded, and then I started Fallout 3, but
it is what it is.
I don't know.
In retrospect, now I know I should have had interaction with you guys, but now I do. And I think that's why.
I mean, I guess because I tried to go for more of a smooth talker build. That combat just feels really fucking rough.
2 weeks ago, and everyone,
so I can spend more time without bullets than with.
And wanting it, and wanting more, wanting a season 2 and everything. And a lot of people have jumped back into the world of Fallout, or for the first time.
Might actually play Tale of Two Wastelands at some point, which turns Fallout 3 and New Vegas into one giant game.
Okay,
and basically adds everything from New Vegas, like companion skill trees and shit like that, to Fallout 3.
Has tweaks, improvements, and apparently a free DLC added to the playthrough. All right, so it just makes sense.
Yeah, but is 3 your favorite story-wise or game mechanics-wise?
It makes sense to do it now, but I was gonna actually start it over the weekend, like on Saturday, and in consideration of everything going on right now, I actually decided to do it tonight as the late night stream instead. And you might say, well, why? Why are you doing it now instead of Saturday? Well, because I realized something. The game has character creation, then it has an extensive intro where you have the intro to your life, and then you have the vault segment, which takes...
Yeah, fair. I mean, I think Tale of Two Wastelands actually changes the gunplay in Fallout 3 to be that of New Vegas.
And stuff like that. It's kind of like it almost is like a 90-minute to 2-hour intro. That once that's done, then you can go start to exploring the wasteland and have a good time. But you have to go through the intro first.
Okay.
And I was thinking, I realized if we do that, right?
If we do that.
Do you really want that to be like 2/3 of my first stream of the game? Is just the intro and then we actually start playing it? Or would you like it that when we actually sit down to do a major stream of it this weekend, we actually get to play the real game, right? So I was thinking about that.
Imagine doing it offline. I mean, character creation, that is.
About this update or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to matter in the intro segment? Probably not. Plus, think of it this way. If we play it...
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the first one I ever played was New Vegas. So I guess I fucked myself over with that a bit. I played the cream of the crop right away, and then tried to go back to like the other games.
See the differences. Are there even any differences? Right? So I think that'll be fun to compare. So I think there's all these reasons.
Oh, by the way, Moki, did you actually start your modding Fallout 4 yet?
Into that, that chunk into it, and then actually really hit the ground running on Saturday. So.
Because if you haven't yet...
That's what we're doing tonight on the late stream. I hope you'll join me for my second ever...
What do you mean spoiled it? But yeah, if you haven't modded your Fallout 4 yet, you might want to get on that, because the update releases tomorrow, and that's gonna break all the fucking mods.
I think it's as good as I thought it was back then. I think then having a new Fallout, I kind of had stars in my eyes or whatever. Still a good game, but in comparison to the previous Fallouts, I do think that the previous ones are better, but I do think that it was a good game regardless, and I am excited to do another run. You know what's funny is I actually don't remember what ending I did. Or what endings I did.
Oh, yeah, like that. Yeah, and the fact that the first time I ever played it, I just never played it vanilla. I just instantly heavily modded the living fuck out of it and added, like, all those mod quest lines and companions and shit to it.
I'm not sure. But anyway, it should be fun. So again, I hope that you will join me tonight.
I mean, yeah, fair. I mean, you don't have to mod it straight away, but
Fallout 4 playthrough and all the
yeah,
intro
don't
segments,
expect it to
okay?
run great before all the mods get updated.
Cool.
Because I don't know if people got to
Then,
try like an early
I'm
version
off
of
from
the
streaming tomorrow
patch or
because
something,
it's my day
but
off,
as
and I have
I
a lot
think
of
someone
people
said like on
that I don't
PlayStation
talk
4,
about
the
today.
DLCs actually break the fucking game to make it unplayable.
So I hope that
Which,
you will have a good safe
I mean,
day and head
it's what I would expect from Bethesda.
that's going on all of my channels. You know, on the React channel this week, we had a new DSP versus the Internet show. That was a great variety of clips, and the final part should be going live today or is live now.
After modding,
On the DSP
I
Throwback channel,
followed
we will
the
continue on
Viva New
with the
Vegas
Fantasy
modding guide,
and Fallout.
which is,
Yes, I will say that.
and
My
the guys that made Viva New Vegas also have a Skyrim guide, a Fallout 3 guide, and a Fallout 4 guide.
And continuing, this is the classic.
I have to say, after modding,
now taking
it barely fucking crashed for me.
better audio, longer parts, proper titles,
I think New Vegas crashed like 3 times or something, and most of the time was when I was actually doing modded content,
playthrough. Okay.
or it was a mod that made it crash.
I hope
So
that you will join me on that journey. I really liked Fallout 3. And it's actually, people have already been saying, would you do a retro react to it? And I'm like, well, yeah, maybe once we have more parts. But I think that's the whole point.
even his own chat is calling him out for fucking playing vanilla. Oh, me, I want to see a modded Fallout. Said no one.
We have enough parts to go through and we don't run out right away, right? Well, I hope you'll check that out. That's going on the DSP Throwback channel. Plus, the continuation of my Walking Dead retro react, where we're going through all of the Walking Dead Telltale Game Season 1. Currently, we're into episode 3 now. And that continues this Sunday, but the parts are going live every day. So there's all that content on the other channels, plus, of course, on this channel this week.
I mean, I will say for all the issues that New Vegas has when it comes to stability, I mean, every fucking Bethesda game that was actually that is not made by id Software has those fucking issues to where it can fucking crash if you fart. I will say New Vegas is really fucking good, especially if you look at the amount of time that they gave Obsidian to make the game. I think it was like, I think they only got like 18 months or something to make the entire fucking game. And then there's people saying like, oh yeah, well yeah, but they used a lot of Fallout 3 assets. Still though, 18 fucking months to make a game of that size in a shitty engine.
Then we're not going to continue on with it. But who knows? It is a Souls-like game, so if it is difficult and it catches on and people like it, I would consider doing a full playthrough. That's the beauty of Game Pass, is I get to try these kind of new games, put them in the schedule, see if they work. And if they do, great. And if not, well, move on and do other stuff.
Bro, you literally had your fucking audience asking you yesterday to do a fucking Game Pass stream on the live stream because you couldn't do fucking Fightcade. But instead you sat there just fucking coped, whined, bitched, and moaned for 2 hours straight, and it sounded like you were losing your fucking sanity. Like, stop talking about how great Game Pass is if you're literally not gonna use it.
Alright, so, another Crab's Treasure premiering on Friday's day stream, and then Friday night...
Alright, the fucking Soulsborne game with a hermit crab. Yeah.
I'll probably study some more tech along the way. Saturday, that will be the first major stream of Fallout 4, and it'll be the first stream of Fallout 4 now with this patch applied that apparently is going to improve it for the modern console. So we'll see actively what are these improvements and what actually got better about the game. And then Saturday night, we'll do some Helldivers 2 multiplayer. Sunday is React Day, where we do the reacting all day long on the various other channels, and then we'll continue on in the week with another balance of everything. You know, we've still got Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, I should fucking install the fucking plugin that people use where you can...
Street Fighter in there, maybe Helldivers. So, lots of stuff to do.
Oh wait, no, Rothel already uses that. Never mind.
Into May for the foreseeable future.
The fucking plugin that boosts his audio because he's always really fucking quiet.
So we've got like 3 weeks in May to juggle all those games and get as far into them. I predict we will finish Elden Ring within that time frame for sure. And, you know, dependent on what else we're doing, will determine, you know, how far we get into the other games. I'm not sure if we're going to be playing another Crab's Treasure or not. We'll see if we like it or not, right? Cool.
I wonder how long they worked on the next gen patch. Knowing Bethesda, a week.
So, excellent. That's the plan for the schedule. I hope that sounds good. Now, we do have a little bit of a conundrum, a little bit of a thing we got to figure out. I'd like to start planning for the next big event here on
Yeah,
Twitch.
the enhancer extension is what I was talking about. But I think Raw Phil already applies that to Phil's stream.
Content. Typically, I've got some food. Typically, I've got some booze. Typically, we've got some cool special things going on, and sometimes there's gameplay. All right. So for the next marathon
I'm not
event,
sure though.
one of the
I mean, I'll download it
ideas
later today.
that we were considering doing was a fighting game fiesta celebration. And what this was supposed to be was me playing a variety of fighting games, eating food from the Street Fighter cookbook, where my wife was going to dive in and make some more dishes. She did this last year. She was going to do it again. In addition to that, I was going to do some reacting to old fighting game videos of myself in the
Why are you
past.
talking about it in the past sense as if it's already cancelled?
Prominent players like Justin Wong and Seth Killian.
But is it fucking cancelled because he can't do fucking Fightcade?
In different matchups and situations. Something I've never done before. So it would be like a first time thing. And also there's going to be a segment where it was just going to be like Q&A about the old days of being in the fighting game community. You know, talking about what it was like to be part of a grassroots movement to keep fighting games alive at a time when Capcom was not making active fighting
Oh god, that fucking marathon would put all fucking detractors on suicide watch.
I'm making Street Fighter, and it really was in the hands of those who loved those games and had passion for them to try to keep things going with zero support.
Phil might actually be able to get rid of all of his detractors if he does that fucking marathon.
On us to keep things going. And I could talk all about traveling, what it was like, hanging out with various different groups of players, the rivalries, and the drama, and the stuff that was back then. I basically am a source of information from that period.
No, you're not.
Most people from that period just aren't around anymore or talking about it. Everyone wants to talk about the modern FGC, which started with Street Fighter 4, you know.
You're a great source of slander
15 years ago.
from that period of the fucking fighting game community.
That's when big money started happening. The esports teams and people streaming and all of that. But really, it was the grassroots movement back in the day that kept Street Fighter alive. Street Fighter very well could have died if people didn't keep it, you know, active. Capcom was so focused on Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, you know, their other franchises, that Street Fighter was just neglected for a very long time. So this could be a fun...
Keep in mind, by the way, that Phil wasn't even part of the grassroots movement, because as he said himself, he only got into Street Fighter 2 Turbo really fucking late, near the end of its life cycle.
Now, you guys seem to think this was a great idea. However, it was kind of hinging on the idea...
Oh my fuck, he's actually gonna fucking cancel it.
Fighting games. And guess what? That's now pretty much off the table, at least from like a multiplayer aspect. You see what I'm saying? It's just not viable. So what could I do is we could do some Street Fighter 6, right? We could do some Tekken, right? Which is fine. But what else could we do? I mean, the only thing that I could really do with old school fighters would be to try to play one of these more modern console versions. So for example, there is the Capcom Fighting Collection that is on PlayStation, which I bought and played, you know, as much as I could, but there was just no one playing it. There's no one playing this game online at all, right? I could just do like offline content, like maybe I could do a challenge run where I try to play Super Turbo on the hardest difficulty with various different characters to see how tough it really is, because it will be very tough.
Yay.
Outright cheats.
Yay, I can't wait for that. Woo!
So maybe that could be, I don't know. But anyway, I'm curious if you guys are interested in that or not. All right, because this was what we were going to do. Like, people were gung-ho, oh yeah, this sounds like a good idea. But now that Fightcade multiplayer is off the table, it does take a whole aspect out of it, right? For sure. And I am disappointed at that, obviously. I wanted to be better than that. What can I do? I'm not going to my IP address can make it so I can't work. So, that was
You don't work, you play video games.
Considerations we talked about was Indies Marathon.
That would be like me saying that this stream is actually work, because it's not.
I would go through like maybe 5 of them during the course of the day, maybe play an hour each.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for
see which
stopping
ones
by.
are good
Yeah.
or would fit into my schedule.
Also, when they had to make you
Perhaps I would actually,
a mod on
you know,
your personal
work
account
out
and on
if
the
I
tractor beam.
liked it at some point, because that's happened before where we do these marathons and you know I try a variety of games and hey, like one or two of them it catches, it sticks, it's fun, and then I actually go back and I play it at a future date, right? So that's something we could do because I haven't done an indie marathon in a
Yeah,
ridiculous
you
amount of
actually
time.
work.
Or we could also do
Unlike Phil.
a rageathon where you guys try to find games that would cause me to essentially kind of
I mean, it was like,
frustrate. And
just
there's all
before I even
kinds of
start my
different
first stream, I'll just mod some people
games
that I
that
know
fit
that
into
I
that
can trust.
genre, but it really would be dependent on people nominating and voting for the games that make sense. I'm a little nervous
And
about
mods
that
can
because
also
we've done
set links.
rageathons before where people would nominate 6 games, and out of that, only one was really a rage-inducing game, and everything was just kind of, not a big deal. So, I'm not sure.
Phil talking about his fucking rageathons is always something that's absolutely fucking hilarious to me. Because every time he plays the games that people select for the fucking rageathons, he goes out of his way to make sure that none of the games will actually make him rage. He will avoid everything that could be rage inducing because he doesn't want to rage during a fucking rageathon. And then he goes, well, you guys just picked the wrong games because none of this made me rage. Yeah, because you don't engage with the actual fucking game. Like when he played fucking World of Warcraft. He instantly started bitching about fucking trolls. He never even left the starting area. He never even made it to Thunder Bluff on a fucking torrent. In like over 2 hours. I think he did like one quest. Like, I think that was even with WoW Classic. You know, the version that he should know because, as he said, he played fucking vanilla. Yet he couldn't find his fucking way out of the starting area of the torrent. Like, bro, what do you mean?
I want your opinions because now it's the 24th of April. And what I would definitely like to do is I would like to get this kind of like hammered in as this is what we're doing so we have time to plan and set it up. For example, if it's going to be one of these indie or rageathon marathons, we need to have time for people to nominate and then vote on games. So I have to start setting that up. Or if it's the fighting game event, you know, I need to set it in stone when it's going to be so that we can start planning out exactly what I will do in each game and stuff like that.
Okay, then
right?
do a live poll.
So
Just do a fucking live poll.
Let's start figuring this out. Let's start talking about it every day until we hammer it in. I'm just curious. Initially, I'm going to do a poll, and this poll is not going to actually determine what we do. I just want to get from my live.
Oh wow, he's actually gonna. He actually did a live poll. Fuck me.
Okay.
What marathon should Phil do in May?
Would you like to see in
Close enough.
May? The fighting game fiesta, the Indies marathon, or the Rage thon. So let me know.
Also, I fucking hate how he has to read out everything that he's typing out very fucking slowly.
On what people think about this, okay? Cool. Okay. So that's that. Now, before we move on with today's podcast, guess what? It's time for my favorite segment.
Your favorite
segment. For everyone's favorite segment here on the show.
DSP News.
It is time for DSP News on the Level 1 podcast. Let's do it. We've actually got a good variety of stuff to do on today's show when it comes to news. So let's talk, shall we? So just listen to this. We got so much variety of news today. We'll start off with...
I really fucking hate everything about this.
Has reportedly cut production on the Apple Vision Pro product due to incredibly low demand. Wow, I think we're starting to see a pattern here.
Oh, God.
You remember a few weeks ago when I almost gave you exactly the same story, except it was for a different product? That's right. It was about a month ago when
the PSVR 2
has stopped making the PSVR 2 because no one bought the PSVR 2 since it hit stores last year.
How is this gaming
So
news?
Apple is in exactly the same situation.
The Apple Vision Pro wasn't
They
even made for
manufacture
gaming.
a piece of technology that is way too expensive. What is it, $799 or something like that?
I think the Apple Vision Pro is actually over $1,000.
It essentially said, listen, it's not bad. It actually does have some cool features or whatever, but it's not like they've advertised it or promised what it would do. It's definitely not that good, and it's definitely not worth $799. So what happened is the initial early adopters of Apple technology ran out and bought it. Reviewers bought it and said it's not that good. No one wants it. All right?
I mean, it's for a very niche audience.
Can we be honest here? Apple is on the downward trend. Apple
It's how much?
The hip company for tech. Everyone wanted an iPod, an iPad, an iPhone, an iWatch. It was all Apple Watch, excuse me. It's not iWatch, it's Apple Watch, right? It was just the hip thing to have, right? Everyone, oh man, you got the new phone or whatever. But dude, it's 2024. You know, the fad died out a million years ago. You know what I'm saying? Is it really? Bubble X says it's not $799. It's $3,499. The Apple Vision Pro is $3,499. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, hold on. I have to adjust my brain for a second.
What brain? You don't have one.
Okay, continuing on from what we were saying, the era of Apple being the hip company of tech is past. Now,
What? No,
there's
it's not.
all these different competitors when it comes to phones, when it comes to tech watches, right? And you don't have to break the bank to get the competitors' products like you usually do with Apple. I mean, let's face it.
Apple still makes more than enough money.
Had to concede with the fact that no one wants proprietary connections for their stuff, and now they even have gone to the USB-C standard when it comes to charging their devices and stuff. So...
What? No, that's literally not what happened. A law forced them to change to USB-C. They were literally forced to change. What? Oh my fucking god.
It's pretty apparent, right, that Apple is not prominent the way they used to be. They may be rolling in money from those years of prominence, but they're on the downward swing.
What?
So what on the holy hell made them think to release a $3,500 accessory? Essentially, that's what it is. It's an accessory. It's not even like, oh, it's a device you need. It's going to change your life. It's just an accessory for things you already do, just doing them in a different way, right? I mean, how boneheaded. And much like PSVR 2, right? If you're going to spend a lot of money on something, you want to be convinced that this is a killer app-changing, life-changing way to do something, right? PSVR 2 failed because there's no games for it. There's no reason to own it. They had like maybe 2 or 3 prominent games.
In the last 5 years, Apple stock has literally gone up by 230%.
What do you need?
But okay, Phil.
Exactly. What exactly does it do for you that changes the way that you would work or you would live? You know,
like sure, year to date, the stock dropped like 9%.
Does it actually change anything? No.
But I mean, a rise of over 200% over the last 5 years. Like, how can you say, oh, their prominence is over?
This giant fucking visor. No one wants to walk around with a
when their stock has gone up that much.
Visor makes you look like fucking a scuba diver or Cyclops from the fucking X-Men. You ever seen Cyclops from the X-Men? He's not happy he has to wear the fucking visor. He hates it. He wishes he could be normal like everyone else. No one chooses to wear a fucking visor on their face all day unless they're a moron.
What? Cyclops has to wear a visor because otherwise he'll fucking kill everyone that he fucking looks at.
Anyway, it's dumb. It's too expensive. Of course it's not going to sell. Right?
Yes, he hates that he has to wear a visor because preferably he wouldn't fucking murder everyone that he looks at. He's like, why can't I do this without the visor? Like,
yeah,
how
an Apple product is failing. Prepare for this to be the first of many. Because Apple had this writing on the wall, they just refused to see it. They didn't realize that they're not as prominent anymore as they used to be. They still think their shit doesn't stink, and they're like these elitist people who think all their products. It's like a snooty fucking guy. He's like, everything I do is high and upward society. No, Apple products are not special anymore. Everyone else has caught up, and in some cases, they're surpassing the Apple products. So, yeah, I don't think that Apple is really going to be doing so well very soon. Give it a few years, I think we're going to be getting more stories of the next iPhone didn't sell that well and stuff like that. And they're going to really have to actually try hard to do something they have not done in the last 15 years, actually innovate and create new tech that other people aren't doing, rather than just the same product again.
Okay, like, I'm not an Apple fanboy, right? But I'm pretty sure that Apple has been innovating over the last 5 years.
Here's a story for you that some of you, if you're like me, are going to be pretty angry when you hear this story.
Oh, God.
Okay, ready for this? Stephen Ogg. Maybe a name you recognize. Stephen Ogg is a prominent actor
Yes.
for various different roles.
Trevor from GTA 5.
He was one of the major supporting characters in the Walking Dead television series. But also, Stephen Ogg was the mocap and voice actor for Trevor in Grand Theft Auto 5. In an interview, he stated, listen to this. He filmed a bunch of story mode DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5 featuring Trevor. The story was that Trevor goes undercover and has to do work for the FBI.
This has been known for months?
Or I guess it's called the FIB in the world of Grand Theft Auto, correct? So he literally filmed an entire DLC.
This has literally been known for months, and Phil talked about this months ago. With the whole fucking Secrets of Mount Chiliad. The Secrets of Mount Chiliad that basically depicted 3 story DLCs. One with Trevor, one for Michael, one for fucking,
You know? And people are like, what? Like, seriously?
God, I can't remember the third guy's name.
We just didn't have the confirmation from anyone yet, right?
But we literally had the conversation months ago.
You're part of GTA and you do all this work and you think it's great, just as good as the work that you did in the main game. And the plot is great and it continues to
Yeah,
the characters.
GTA Online made them cancel it because GTA Online was making a lot more money.
Where certain characters
It's a shame, but you can't blame the company.
DLC is going to tell you the canon ending, right? So now we know, hey, if Trevor's alive, that means the canon ending is that he survives. We just don't know which canon ending where he survives, but he's alive, right? And how cool would it have been to have these story DLCs? Each character was supposed to have their own story DLC. And actually this was alluded to in the Mount Chiliad
there we go.
mystery, where players of the game have pieced together these hidden Easter eggs and clues throughout the world of GTA 5 to actually find this like cave drawing on Mount Chiliad in the game that shows.
And it literally gave the plot
DLCs were going
for so why are you bitching about this now?
Because GTA Online came out and made so much money.
Why are we talking about this now?
Right? So that's pretty stupid, in my opinion. Obviously, I mean, come on. I think what's happening is gonna be eventually people are gonna get fed up with this crap. They're gonna be like, we just want it. You have it. Just fucking make it. It doesn't even matter if it's 15 years later. Make the fucking DLCs. Make a standalone. Make it a $20 purchase. And it's just...
That's not gonna happen, because they're working on GTA 6.
Actually make them and sell them.
They're working on GTA 6. Why the fuck would they...
Let's focus on a frivolous, meaningless online experience that's a disposable experience, but it's a social experience. Good for you. If you wanted to make Second Life, go fucking make Second Life. But what about the games that everyone liked and got you popular to begin with? What about all the people who supported Rockstar and put them in that level of prominence so they could actually go make GTA Online? Oh, fuck all of them, right? Who cares about them? Just keep printing money from these people who are addicted to our online game. So I'm pretty sad about it. I want these story DLCs to be heard and seen and played, but I don't think they're ever going to do it. Sad that they fucked it up that bad because they were so greedy.
They wish, yeah, like every fucking AAA company,
By the way,
Phil.
This really isn't part of DSP news, but I forgot to talk about it. So the other day,
Oh, God.
I did an impromptu and random poll on my Twitter account. For those who don't know, I do have a Twitter account, and yes, I still call it Twitter because X is fucking stupid. It's
Everyone calls it Twitter, Phil. You're not special.
/ at they call me DSP, or just search for at they call me DSP over there. Okay. So, FYI, I did a poll, and basically, here's what I said.
I did a poll whether I should still use my Twitter, yes or no.
To extra Twitter anymore. I pretty much only use this for my schedule since Elon bought it, and being verified has lost all meaning. I have no idea why I even still have 27,000 followers on here. Thoughts? And the poll had 3 options. Number 1, just keep posting as is. Number 2, just post to YouTube, forget about X and Twitter. Or number 3, I just don't have a preference, okay? So, if you're not aware, when I first started on Twitter a long, long time ago, okay, which was like, I want to say it was like 2010, I only actually made a Twitter because my viewers...
Why are we getting the fucking history of his fucking Twitter account?
About topics and stuff, that wasn't in video comments, right? Back then, keep in mind, I wasn't a live streamer yet. So it wasn't like there were live streams.
Yes, Phil, and you also had a Facebook.
On a daily basis. It was more, either you post up for my Ask the King show, right? Or you leave a video comment and you hope that I read it. There was no really direct line of contact with Phil. So I think that's really why people wanted my Twitter back in the day. Now, over the years, I've used Twitter for various different reasons. Sometimes I just used it to post up completely nonsensical stuff. Sometimes inflammatory, insulting stuff. All right? Sometimes I actually used it to post up intelligent stuff.
Yeah, that's the best fucking joke you've told today, man.
Post up my daily schedule. So at least
you posting intelligent stuff. Fuck off.
Games and ideas and streams coming up. And I usually post up there as a stream is going live, so people know what to expect on that live stream that's now live. It's like a trigger, so you know, oh, come on to the stream. Okay? Now, what's happened is over the years, I just stopped using it for various things. Like, I even had some tweets that went viral over the years.
Oh, of course he has to bring up the fucking viral tweet. The Oscars.
That got insane amounts of retweets and faves. People loved the tweet.
And faves.
It's
likes.
Like social commentary on the whole situation of what had happened. So I know that if I wanted to use Twitter more seriously, I could. And I could get noticed if I felt like it.
What?
And by the way, my Twitter account was verified.
What?
Why? Because actually I was being impersonated constantly by trolls and idiots. And so having the verified account made everyone know, hey, this is the real Phil. That's how I got verified. A lot of people wonder, how do you get verified on Twitter? Essentially, you had to prove that you're someone who is dramatically impersonated. So that way, if you own a business or an entity like I do, I say, hey, here's my business. I'm getting impersonated.
So wait, he didn't even get his fucking Twitter verification because he was an actual notable person, but just because people were in person. Yeah, okay, fair, makes sense.
Constantly, I need everyone to know this is my real account, and then they verified it for me.
He basically just went Karen to fucking Twitter support. It's like, trolls are impersonating me, guys. I need everyone to know who's the real me.
A lot of others had tried to get it verified for years and just couldn't. People actually paid attention to my tweets, you know, even though I didn't even use it that much. But then Elon bought it, right? And when Elon essentially bought the site, he changed so much about it that now the site is almost unusable for someone like me. I'll give you some examples. He made it so that no more verified users based on any kind of useful criteria. You just buy it.
Elon actually changed this to where people can actually get it for free if they're notable enough. But yeah.
Oh, if you just spend money on the site, now you're verified. So what does it mean to be verified? Literally nothing. Everyone can be verified. There could be 400 impersonators of me that are all verified. So then verification is worthless.
Literally no one wants to spend money to impersonate you, Phil.
Now get their tweets amplified. Meaning, someone who pays for the check mark actually will always get priority, and people will see their tweets way more than someone who's not. Not saying that people who aren't verified never get seen, but it's incredibly hard. And it's funny to me, because there's people out there who outright hate Elon Musk and hate everything he stands for, and they pay for the check mark. because they've resigned themselves to the fact that they are a slave to social media. They need people to recognize them on social media, so they pay him anyway, even though they claim that they hate this guy's guts. So ever since this happened, I essentially said, you listen, I just don't see the point of using Twitter anymore. My tweets would never get seen regardless because I'm not paying for a blue check mark. There's no real advantage to having it unless you're going to be using Twitter frequently for.
Meanwhile, you look at fucking detractor Twitters that have no check marks,
right?
and they get enough engagement.
And I said, I'm just not going to use this thing anymore. You know, I'm literally just going to post up my schedule and when my streams are live, and that's it. So I've been doing that for about a year, but now I've posted a lot more on the community tab of my YouTube channels. I feel like if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel and you want to be in the know, I'll post up stuff to my community tab. That way you don't have to go to Twitter to find out. You can just be subscribed.
Yeah, finding something on that fucking community tab of Phil is actually impossible.
So that's how I.
Because every fucking dead link to a stream stays in the fucking community tab.
It's been working, right? But what I'm noticing is that literally, I'm not kidding, I have 27,000 followers on Twitter. And they're all probably legacy followers. These aren't new people following me.
No
I
shit.
don't post anything of interest on there. If you're already subscribed to my YouTube channels, you don't need to follow my Twitter. Get it? But with 27,000 followers, how many people realistically actively still follow my Twitter, right? So I did this poll, and here's the results, all right? 590 votes. That's all I got. In 24 hours, with 27,000 followers.
And the funny thing is, of those 500 something votes, most of them were probably fucking detractors.
Only 590 people bothered to vote. Think about that. So no one cares about Twitter anymore. Essentially, Twitter has gone boo down and no one cares. Which I'm not surprised.
If you're using these fucking metrics, then no one cares about your YouTube. No one cares about your streaming. You have 200,000 subs on fucking YouTube, and you get less people watching you than actually voted on the fucking Twitter poll with 1/10 of the subscribers. If you're following those fucking metrics, just quit YouTube. Just quit YouTube because no one fucking cares apparently.
Really not surprised. Elon has killed the fucking business. No one follows it anymore because no one gives a shit. Here's the poll results, by the way. No preference, 22%. So 22% said, I just don't give a shit. Okay. Just post to YouTube only. Don't post on Twitter anymore. 27%. All right. And then 51% said, keep posting here as is. So if you take a look at that, 590 votes, 51% would be what? Like around roughly 300 people said, keep posting on Twitter. And 22% said, I don't even have a preference. Right?
Yeah, all your fucking detractors voted to you keep posting on Twitter.
Another 100? So essentially 400 people.
Because your community tab is impossible to fucking navigate.
That's it. So I went, just think about this. I went from having 27,000 followers. When I would post up tweets, I would actually get hundreds to thousands of likes and retweets depending on the tweet. But usually I would get a lot of attention on my tweets.
What?
And
no, you didn't.
Bought Twitter, now only 400 people actually care about Twitter.
What?
Out of 27,000.
That was happening way before Elon bought Twitter.
By the way, Tesla's not doing so well either. Tesla is tanking right now. All of their products are failing. They're not delivering the product they've promised. Their sales numbers and stock prices are down. Mr. Musk is in a bad way. He's just ignoring it and not talking about it. But anyway, excuse me. Sorry, there's something in my throat. So yeah, so I'll be honest with you guys. It really is dumb as shit that the business has tanked the way it has. And I'm not going to put effort or anything into it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep going forward as I have. I'm going to just post up my schedule and post up when a stream is live. And I guess that's it. There's really no other reason to ever post a thought or anything on that site. It seems to be a complete waste of time. Oh, by the way, yes, Coop, listen. I'm not saying that Twitter was great beforehand either. Before Elon owned it, it also had a lot of issues. Don't get me wrong.
And ever since Elon went back to Tesla,
I'm
the
making
stocks have been jumping
is
up
that
again. So
basically, it
about
was
that.
a usable site that functioned properly, and you could actually use it to get noticed and get attention and get your thoughts heard. Now you cannot. The site has literally suppressed everyone who doesn't pay for a blue check mark. I mean, case in point, I have 27,000 followers on Twitter, and 590 people voted on my poll in 24 hours. No one sees my account. No one cares. Which, again, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact that I don't think there's a point to using
Your
that
YouTube
site
account is literally worse.
at this point, unless you're
Your
truly
YouTube account has
fuck that.
literally has worse
Kiss my
statistics.
fucking ass. So anyway, all right, let's continue. The next story. PS5 or Sony in general has put out a new promotional artwork promoting their new controller, the DualSense version 2. Okay? But the only actual information on this promotional piece of art for the DualSense 2 says the following. Exceptional 12-hour battery life on a full charge, supports long gaming sessions.
Okay.
Exceptional 12-hour battery life.
How is that a bad thing?
It's almost like every other fucking wireless controller out there. This controller is the only one on the market that will only last about 3 hours on a full charge. And they've had this controller packaged with PS5 since launch and have not made an improvement to it until now. It sounds like they're finally going to improve it. Why does this controller only last 3 hours? Because it has a touchpad, because it has a built-in speaker, because it has haptic feedback, because it has adaptive triggers. It has all these features. Now, are these any good? Well, in some cases, yes. I would argue if you're a driving game, the adaptive triggers, adjusting the amount of thrust that you're giving to your vehicle, that could be a good thing. But for the most part, most games do not at all make advantage of the features of this controller. Again, this was another case where Sony...
Okay, and the V2 has the exact same features, but a better battery life,
I also compare this,
comes with a charging dock, and it costs the exact same as version 1.
That existed in the previous
So how is this a bad thing?
Probably do, because the thing was so poorly used
How is
that
this?
everyone just stopped developing it. So there used to be this thing in PlayStation controllers, the PS3 era, that it had built-in motion controls. And games like Uncharted and others used it.
It's literally just the version 1 with an upgraded battery being sold for the same price as the version 1.
So no one really used it. And again, it's another...
And it comes with an actual included charging dock that normally separately costs $25.
Standard wireless radio style adapter, or if it used Bluetooth technology, no one cared. But Sony did, so they put all that shit in there, and no one really cared who used it, right? So this is kind of the same thing. This controller looks nice, has all these features, but no one actually cares about them, right? Can you name, in the last 2 years, more than one game where you even remember what the haptics felt like on this controller? I can't even tell you one, because the haptics...
Keep in mind, by the way, this is the fucking guy that when he first got his hands on this controller and he got the fucking haptic feedback in his hands, he was like, oh my god, guys, this is so amazing, the haptic feedback, oh my god, this is amazing, this is the best controller ever made. Oh, I can feel the haptics with the rain. And I was like, who the fuck cares? He is literally like a fucking child that whenever he gets a new toy, it's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, and all these fucking features, and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, literally a week later, he's like, who the fuck cares? I want a new toy. Give me something else.
Have become such a afterthought that most of it just feels like the standard rumble that you would get on an Xbox controller somewhere else.
Yes.
It doesn't feel any better to be playing a game on this than it does on a Xbox controller.
No shit, I could have told you that
Yeah,
fucking when the
because
thing
this
came
is
out, but
32
you
batteries,
were
heavier.
fucking masturbating
I don't
over
like
it.
that. I like a lighter controller, right? So anyway, the one thing that I have to say to this, so there's a DualSense 2 coming out with a 12-hour battery life. Great. How about all the people who have that controller, who paid $80 for that fucking controller that is not a good controller? You know, it has stick drift issues, the thumbsticks melt, the battery life's only 3 hours long, but now you want us to buy another one that will last 12 hours. Oh, you mean the battery that should have been in that controller, right? You want me to spend more money now on another one? How about no? How about kiss my ass? I'm not buying a DualSense version 2 that should have been packaged with PS5 from the launch, but Sony was greedy. Fuck them.
Huh? You literally just bought the new.
Now,
You
what they
literally
should
just
do
bought the new
is they
PS5
should
controller.
drop the price of this controller down to about $30. Since there's going to be a version 2 with a 12-hour battery, and this one only has a 3-hour battery, then you should sell this for $30, and then you could sell the version 2 for $80. Do you think Sony will do that? Will they do the right thing? Probably not, right? Okay. Continuing on, this is actually a follow-up.
No, they're probably gonna stop selling the fucking version 1. Because why the fuck would you buy a version 1?
Representatives in the United States passed a bill.
Also, how the fuck do you make your thumbsticks melt?
In the United States, within 9 months, if its company owner or its owner ByteDance does not divest to the company. What does that mean? It means that basically the U.S. government thinks that TikTok is gathering information on U.S. citizens and using it for malicious purposes because the owners are Chinese. Essentially, they almost think that TikTok is a way to get intel on the American populace, and the American populace is too stupid to realize it. So they're going to outlaw this program in the United States in 9 months unless the owner sells the company to a non-Chinese company. Okay? It's official because as of today, President Biden signed it into law. So 9-month timer has started. They have 9 months to sell it off. Do you think that will happen? Do you think that the owners of TikTok are going to sell their company off just so the app can continue to work in the United States?
There's a good chance.
I don't know.
There's a good chance.
Right? I don't know. It's an interesting premise. I don't know. There might be some big stories coming out about this. Companies that'll vie for it, try to buy it.
There's a good chance because TikTok makes a shit ton of money in the US. So the value of TikTok is really fucking high.
TikTok is an app that's all over the place. It's not just the United States. Now, I'm sure the United States is a big customer base for them, but
probably the biggest.
United States? I don't know. I don't really know the ins and outs of that. Okay? All right, we have 2 more news stories.
Oh my fucking god, there's...
Stupid, so I'm just gonna get past it right now. So there's a game coming out on Friday called Stellar Blade. I'm not interested in it. But the reason I'm talking about it today is because the stupidest thing ever has happened. Are you ready for this?
He's talking about the hard R graffiti.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stellar Blade has a store in the game, and it's called the, I think, R store. It's just called the letter R, and it says store under it. And
yes.
It's a store where you buy items and stuff in the game. Okay? Well, supposedly by random chance, and apparently this is not intentional, all right? Right next to the it's a neon sign that says R store. It has like an arrow pointing down. Here's the store. Well, right next to this neon sign that says R store, there's some graffiti on the wall.
That says hard.
All right. And what does the graffiti say? Hard. So it says hard R store.
It's already been patched out, Phil.
So you might say, well, what's the problem with that? Well, in truth, there is no problem with that.
What?
Because in truth, it means nothing. Actually, that graffiti that says hard is used randomly throughout the game. It's not the only place in the game that it's in place, and it's probably not intentional, right? That it should have been there. Okay? Now, you might say, well, I don't even understand. What does hard R mean? Depends on who you ask. Okay?
What?
The actual original meaning of the term hard R, do you know what it means? It means It's a hard R rating for a movie. What does that mean? It means a movie that has intense gore or sexual content, meaning it's pushing
This
the
one is
highest
fucking
level
rough.
of rating, NC-17. Okay? But it just majorly made the cut to make it a hard R, meaning it's one of the harshest R ratings you can get, but it still made the cut to fit into the R category. Okay? That's actually what it means. But in the last few years, people on social media have decided to change the meaning. Okay? Compare this to any other use of.
What do you mean the last few years?
A completely different meaning.
It's been like that for like the last 20 fucking years.
Things, and now everyone uses the word completely differently. All right? So, I mean, everyone, I think you probably know today the term hard R essentially means the N-word. Okay? The real N-word. Not the slang version that's used, you know, as like a term of affinity between people, but the really bad N-word, the full one. Okay? So that's why, hence hard R. That's what they're talking about, the end of the word. So to have a video game that says hard R on the wall, you would think, oh, it's not a big deal. Except, as we all know, games media are incredibly liberal. And they saw this on the wall and immediately made a big deal about it and started complaining to Sony, why does your game have a hard R on the wall? Don't you know how offensive that is? To which the game developers were like, what? The fuck are you talking about? Like, no, we have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, we don't just sit on Twitter all day listening to the ways that you've changed what terms mean in the last 5 years to be offended by something like this. It's not even intentional. It's graffiti next to a neon sign. They don't even coincide. What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
But sadly, in our modern day, everyone has to pander to everyone. So apparently, from what I'm to understand, it's being changed. I don't know if it has been changed already, but I believe that it's being changed like right away. God forbid someone's offended that this is randomly in the game by chance. It's not even meant to mean anything. And the term doesn't actually even fucking mean that.
I can't wait for DSP politics.
All right. So, yes, I think it's incredibly stupid. And it's a non-issue, but that's the world we live in today. That everyone has to get all upset about things that literally don't even fucking exist. Invented outrage for the sake of invented outrage. Everyone has to pussyfoot around everything, correct?
What the fuck do you... No, the term hard R is a big thing in the US.
People are saying
the game creators aren't American, so yeah, they didn't know that hard R
the new graffiti that says crime
is actually considered a slur.
It says crime R store. What?
No, it's just
so
R store.
Out that's even worse. Because now you replaced hard R with crime.
What?
And that means something.
What? What?
Here's what they should replace it with. I'm serious. They should patch it again, and you know what it should say? Fuck you. That's what it should say. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Just do it like 10 times. Fuck you on the wall.
What?
That's what I would do. If I were the game devs, I'd be like, now you can't misconstrue it. Here's what we really meant to say. All right. We have one more story today. I told you I had a lot of news to cover today, and then we can finally get to things like shout-outs and the like.
Okay? Okay. I'm not gonna yell.
All right. Our final news story of the day. Apparently, there has been a loophole in the way that Steam works with its refund system. Well, excuse me. Bad news for all of you who've been taking advantage of this loophole. The loophole is about to get plugged. Like this. All right?
Please stop wiggling that face in my...
The plug.
No, I don't.
So what is this loophole?
I don't want to think about that.
I'm going to read you the story from The Verge. 8 years ago,
The Verge.
Valve began offering no questions asked refunds for any game that you buy on Steam. As long as you ask for that refund within 14 days of your original purchase, and you haven't played the game for more than 2 hours. Okay? Now, that's not the whole. That's the intended refund policy. But when Valve started letting you play games ahead of their intended release dates with early access and advanced access programs, it introduced a loophole. People could play for many, many hours ahead of launch and still request a refund
Huh.
after. Okay?
I didn't actually know
So
about
what
that.
does that mean?
I know that people.
It
What do you
basically
mean?
means that it would only work
It speaks for
properly
itself.
for games that were fully released.
Yes.
If a game hadn't been released yet, you could
Why do
play
you have to
infinite-
explain literally everything?
count playtime hours until a game was fully released. That's kind of confusing to me. Like, as long as you're playing the game, why would you think it doesn't count as playtime hours? But I guess that's how they had set up Steam. So there were people who would actually go out and buy early access games just because they knew that they could get the refund. So they would play any game in early access as long as they could, and then they would just refund the game right away. Okay?
Well, because early access is usually not the full
They would
release
play
of a game.
infinitely. They wouldn't just play 2 hours. They would play it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then they would refund. Well, guess what, folks? The days in Milk of Honey are over, because officially, I guess Valve figured this out, and they have plugged the hole.
Honestly, I think this is actually a fucking bad thing. Because, like, it basically allows games to fuck people over with the full release of a game. Like, some games get stuck in fucking early access hell and never leave it. And before that, you know, it would have meant like, oh, if the full release actually never comes out, or if the full release actually turns out to be a piece of dog shit compared to the early access, that people would still fucking be able to refund it. Now that they've plugged that loophole, people can actually developers can actually take advantage of it. Also, I think the biggest issue that that some devs were actually having was smaller devs who released games that actually were finishable in under 2 hours. So people would actually play the game, finish the full game in under 2 hours, and then refund it. Which is kind of shit.
Right? There's the hole. There it is. You see it? And they took their fist, plugged it. Just
Yeah,
like
I
that.
hope someone does that with their fist
So
to your
now,
face.
You can no longer get a refund for any game you've played longer than 2 hours, even if it's in early access. There's no loophole anymore. 2 hours is the limit. And there you go. Plugged. All right. Well, no one can accuse Valve of not being good at plugging their holes. All right, guys. That is the news for today. We covered a lot. That was a lot of news, right? All right. Well,
Finally, the fucking news is done.
The initial response to my poll, all right, about what this new upcoming marathon should be.
Fighting Marathon?
52%. Well, first of all, we have 365 votes. So 1 vote per day of the year. Which I guess it makes sense. We have 440 people on stream. So, FYI, Rageathon is in the lead with 52%. And then Indies Marathon and Fighting Game Fiesta are about the same. I see they're dancing back and forth between around 24%, 25 to 23% each. So here's the thing, though. All right? Because you're saying Rageathon. Fair enough. But here's the thing about the Rageathon that I need to emphasize with all of you. All right? The Rageathon only works if people actually legitimately find games that are going to make me rage for various different reasons. Not, oh, you know, I know that Phil probably doesn't like this particular game, so I'm going to nominate it because it's going to bother, it's going to, you know, I'm going to annoy him. Annoyathon is not Rageathon. Do you understand? For example, some games that have worked, like Super Meat Boy, right? That game, it's fast-paced, very difficult platforming action. Yes, that game absolutely made me rage when I played it. That was a successful game in the Rageathon. Here's games that didn't work, right? Street Fighter V. I told you guys I didn't like it, so people said, well, we insist on it anyway. And I played it, and it was the most boring hour ever because the game just sucked. It wasn't fun to play. I didn't rage. Actually, I won most of my matches. It was shit.
Yeah, but it's fucking hard to find a game that will make you rage when you literally try your best to avoid rage in any fucking game that you play.
because people didn't nominate good games for it. It was like out of the 5-6 games that were played, only like one actually made me rage. So it just didn't work, and people complained, oh, it was boring. And I was like, so what do you want me to do? It's your event. You nominated and voted for the games, not me. I don't know. The whole idea of the Rageathon is that you guys know games that are rage-inducing, and you're going to nominate them for this event. You have to do that, or else the event ain't going to be very good. You understand? So I'm okay with the idea of a Rageathon as long as people are going to find actual games that cause rage. Now, here's the thing. People are saying, oh, Ghosts and Goblins again, getting over it again. I already played those. Me playing those games again? No, it has to be new stuff. It has to be not Super Meat Boy. I played it already. This have to be.
God, I fucking hope people nominate Stellar Blade en masse.
Stuff that I have not played before, so it's something new, or else what's the point, right? That's the whole idea.
Just fucking nominate fucking Stellar Blade en masse. That will make them fucking rage.
Be interesting. Okay, fair enough. But I'm not saying that's what we're doing. Let's talk about this further. Let's have further conversation about it over the course of the next week or two, and then we'll lock it in at some point what we're really going to do, and go from there. Okay? All right, cool.
Why the fuck would you nominate Call of Duty Warzone? He's gonna be hiding in a fucking bathroom the entire fucking time.
Super chat. Thank you to I'm Just Ken. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Bookworm, thank you for a membership to the channel. I appreciate that, Bookworm. Thank you for the ongoing support.
Thanks, Bookworm.
Gaming. I appreciate that. And it's a new one.
Appreciate it.
So that's awesome. I received a very generous.
Oh God. It's gonna be John Lambo again, isn't it?
Tip. Hold on.
From?
Okay, it is a $50 tip from Lisa Lou.
Oh, I see.
Thank you so much, Lisa Lou, for a very, very generous.
Thank you, I see.
Tip this morning, which means we get to see one of the brand spanking new animations.
God, this one is probably one of the worst. It's so fucking dented.
Here we go. I think I should change that to not say it's Gunner time. I think that takes up too much space. So hold on. I'm going to fix that.
Yep.
I'm going to test this. The It's Gunner time comment was when I used to have the animation that was the Gunner glasses. Let's try that again and see how it looks without that. Ready? Oh, I have to hit save.
Oh my God.
That looks way better. The animation's much bigger now. Cool. Don't you like seeing me in a diaper? It's great, isn't it? All right, so with that,
it's not a diaper, you fucking numbnut.
Lisa Lou, let's get you on the leaderboard in a second. Oh, I'm aware that the Super Meat Boy sequel. Yeah, if you wanted to see me do a sequel or spin-off, that's different. Yeah, I would consider doing it.
People should nominate Pizza Tower.
Okay, so thank you to Lisa Lou. Oops, whoa.
Come on. Oh, God.
Getting us the tier 1 tips go. So appreciated. And then I've got another tip here, a $3 tip from Plargus.
Who the fuck?
Plargus says the following. Listen to this. Great job handling stuff lately. I think it needs to be explained that a variety content streamer will offer a dynamic and engaging experience for their audience. By streaming to a variety of content, you cater to a broader audience base with diverse interests. This versatility allows them to attract viewers from different gaming communities, fostering a more inclusive and interactive community around the channel. A variety content streamer has the flexibility to adapt to changing trends and preferences within the gaming industry. They can explore new game genres, formats, keep their content fresh. This adaptability helps them to stay relevant and competitive in an evolving landscape. And a variety content streamer showcases their personality and gaming skills across a range of titles, showcasing their versatility and expertise. This multifaceted approach can help them stand out in a crowded streaming market and build a loyal fan base drawn to, and then the comment cut off, because it was way too long. But that is true. We were talking about this last night during the impromptu chill stream.
The impromptu chill stream. Which wasn't impromptu.
Many reasons. But one of the major chunks of that is because I'm a variety guy. So, for example, right now on this podcast, we have about 400 viewers. I think, actually, when I last looked. We have we have more than that. We have like 450 viewers, right? That's cool. But also, when we start playing Elden Ring, some people will stick around, some people won't, and some new people will come on to watch me play Elden Ring. Tonight, we're going to play Fallout 4. You might have a whole different audience for Fallout 4, right?
This is gonna
then,
fuck up the
when
stream.
I come back on
Hopefully not.
Friday, and I play this new game, Another Crab's Treasure, and I play Street Fighter, you might get 2 other new audiences. Now, is there crossover?
Oh.
Absolutely. Yes, there is. There's a crossover between. But all in all, even though you can say, well, Phil only gets a few hundred viewers per stream, that is true. But it's different viewers, right? It is. It's not, every time Phil streams, he's playing Call of Duty, or he's playing a Dark Souls game, or he's playing an MMO, or he's playing this one style of game. I'm always doing something different. So my fan base is broad across many genres, and they come by for the content that they like.
It's not though, because literally every single fucking stream has the exact same fucking viewers.
Play a variety of games. It allows me to jump into genres at any time, and at least have my footing in that genre for the most part. When I first started on YouTube, not so much. I was basically like a noob and a rube. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and different genres of games kind of smacked me around, and that was some of the appeal, correct? But in this case, I've done this now for 16 years, right? And now I can basically play a game at least an okay average level and not suck. So that's a good thing. People even were saying last night, blows us away because there actually are 3 genres of games you're pretty good at. Fighting games, FromSoft style Soulsborne games, and Call of Duty. For whatever reason, I seem to be pretty good when I play those 3 genres. Probably not others. But those 3 genres, I do put out some decent gameplay, right? And I agree, and that's came through experience, right? So, being a variety streamer allows me to appeal to a wider audience. Because, again, one of the ridiculous things that idiotic people on the internet say is that, Phil only has like 2 actual supporters. I'm serious, they say this. They say Phil has like 2 actual people who support his content. Insane.
Yeah, which is literally shown by OIC.
Way more active supporters than other people of that stature.
Doing a fucking $50 tip once again.
And support the content they like, and that's why I can have a stream right now that's successful for a podcast. Then people who come and support Elden Ring, then people who come and support Fallout, but they're different crowds, and that's cool. If I was just playing one game all day, you're only going to get the one crowd. That's it. I designed my business enough that we would have people coming in and out. I describe it like this. Think of a big, office building or a big old kind of apartment store. How they have that's
Yeah, except you, as a streamer, you don't really want a revolving door because it means you have 0 fucking audience retention.
And while they're here, a lot of people say, hey, I like it, and then they support while they're here, right? It's not always the same.
But you want viewer retention.
And I like having that too. I like seeing different people from all over the world.
Also, it makes no sense that someone would join a stream and just instantly start dropping insane money on said fucking streamer.
They were all kind of like, well, here's the one thing I did. I didn't want it to be the one thing. I wanted to be the guy that
I mean, you are known as the guy, so you got that right.
I'm sorry your tit message cut. Again, thank you to Soul Potato 07. Potato. And thank you to the Lucky Gremlin for a super chat. Why are we not playing number 1 is not even here to play. And number 2, because it's a Japanese style RPG.
A Japanese style RPG.
I already have playthroughs that
Just say JRPG, you fucking moron.
that I'm not even sure we're going back to. So I'm certainly not going to start another one. Also, to be honest with you, there hasn't been demand for that.
Yeah, because you were the one that instantly said, I'm not gonna play it.
Japanese style RPG game that they just don't even want to see more of, like Uden Chronicles. One person, and you're the first person to even mention this yet. I didn't even know it.
Yes, because you were the one that was like, no, I'm not playing RPGs because RPG overload.
Confined space, we now need to branch out different styles of games, which we've been doing. Right now, I've completely different style of game, right? And now we're going to be trying 2 other games, Fallout 4, again, completely different, and this another crap.
It's still another RPG though.
UC version of a Soulsborne game. We're trying everything, but nothing that's the same. So
What?
there you go. Did I ever play the Hotline Miami sequel? I feel like I did. I can't confirm that, but I do feel like I did. I feel like we did it during another Indian marathon or something like that. Excuse me.
Ah, yes. Thank you for that, my dude.
Dick Bix says, Dick Bix. His name is Dick Bix. What's your opinion on South Park? I know the game.
So fucking funny.
Yes, I watched the show when it was new, and I liked it. And I saw the movie in theaters, and I loved it. And, you know, I don't actively watch it anymore, but every once in a while when I get back to watching it, I enjoy it. The thing that I've always liked about South Park is it actually is social commentary on both sides. What do I mean by that? They will lampoon anyone. Celebrities, politicians, you know, just normal people of different kinds of generalized groups. They've covered almost every topic you can think of in its run.
I swear to God, if he's gonna compare his own humor to South Park, I'm gonna fucking punch him in the face.
They basically call out all hypocrisy. They call out all stupid behavior. Doesn't matter if you're left or right.
Oh, is it?
Or, you know, what gender, what color, doesn't matter. They call everybody out. And I think that's to be respected.
Oh, I thought I put my game audio low enough.
But
Thank you for letting me know, though.
as long as they're still doing it like that, then I think it's still a
Oh,
good
wait.
show that's worthy of being watched. I don't know if it has any percentile of its original
There we
viewer
go.
base. I mean, it was super popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. I doubt 20 years later they're that popular, but
That should fix
there
it.
you go.
But thanks for stopping by anyway.
And so Dig Big says, yes, I've always respected how weird South Park is willing to be too. It's clearly a labor of love from the creators. Thanks for answering. Agreed. It's agreed because you know what? Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the makers of South Park, did try other things. They tried a movie in basketball, then they did a different kind of movie in Team America World Police. They did other spin-off movies, Orgasmo. They actually tried other series. But the only thing that really stuck was South Park over all the years. The one thing that they just keep doing. For whatever reason, maybe they just really, truly love it and feel like it has meaning. So, good on them for sticking to their guns. Okay. All right. Anything else, guys, that you'd like to talk about this morning? We have a few more minutes. Did I ever play the game called I Want to Be the Guy? I think I know of it, but I don't think I ever played it. Did I? I'm
Oh
trying
wait,
to
I can't
remember.
give my
Did you
fucking
guys
secondary
ever
weapon.
nominate I Want to Be the Guy? And did I ever play it? I don't think I ever played it. I mean, I could answer that right now.
I mean, I want to be the guy, or I want to be the guy then?
Let's see.
Because I think they're different games.
I don't think so. Gotta do a quick search. Ready? Indies Marathon, December 2018. Return to Rage and I Want to Be the Guy. Rageathon event, August 2018. I Want to Be the Guy. Yes, I played I Want to Be the Guy twice. Once during a Rageathon in 2018, and once during an Indies Marathon in December of 2018. So the answer is yes, and yes, I played it. There you go. I don't remember it, but I did play it. There you go. Awesome that I can actually just pull that up at any moment on the channel. Cool.
Wow, I learned how to use my own channel history.
So what shows are you currently watching? Honestly, right now, we're not watching much of anything. We actually, on a whim, began watching someone play Starfield to see what they thought. And hilariously similar to both of our experiences.
Oh my god.
This person, in their early hours of playing, actually was intrigued and liked the game. And now that they're getting further into the game, they're finding all these things they just don't like. Oh my god, the space.
They're just like me, fur.
This is, exactly our experience to a T. You start the game wide-eyed, like, oh, this is so good. And then actually you get like 20 hours in, you're like, oh. And then you get further and you're like, ah. So that's really all we're doing right now. Nothing too crazy or special. World's hardest game, the Java thing where you move the cube around. Hey, I don't even know what that means. Would I ever play Apollo Justice HD Trilogy or the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles? Listen, I actually kind of like the Ace Attorney games. I did play, what was it, all 3 of the originals, I believe. I think it was all 3 of the first ones I played, correct? Over the years. The problem is with visual novels. There's a couple reasons why I don't
Yeah, you can't make them entertaining.
One,
You can't make anything entertaining, actually.
sometimes you'll play an entire stream and barely make any progress, right? They're super lengthy games. Upwards of one of them I think I played was like 80 hours long. Insane lengthy, okay? Also, many of them are not voice acted. If a game is not voice acted, it means that I need to read all the text. The problem with reading all the text is when I'm talking constantly without a break, I can tend to hurt and lose my voice. That actually happened when I was doing one of the Ace Attorney playthroughs. I completely lost my voice for several days and I couldn't work.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
There's all those reasons. And I'll be honest, visual novels are for a particular niche audience. They work for people who are fans, but it's very hard to get a mainstream following of people watching you play a visual novel. Most people get bored. Okay?
Unless you make it entertaining, Phil. Which you can't, because you're the type of streamer where the game needs to carry the streamer instead of the streamer carrying the game.
I also played a bunch of the Danganronpas.
Which is... yeah, not good as a streamer.
Danganronpa, and I did some Phoenix Wright, and I did the crossover. Did I do any other visual novels? I can't remember right now, honestly. But, you know, the problem is taking so long to get through a game. We have to read constantly. It's just not a good idea for someone who full-time streams like me. If I can't talk, then I can't interact with you guys, and every stream is bunk, right? So I'm not saying I would never go back and play a Phoenix Wright game. It's probably not very likely. Okay?
Oh.
Cool. Have I ever played Binding of Isaac or Gungeon? Enter the Gungeon. Binding of Isaac, absolutely yes. I particularly remember it. That was the first roguelike game I ever played. Ever. In history. And I found it fascinating. I actually played it for a little bit and got pretty decently far in my first few runs of it. And I was actually getting addicted to it, and people were like, nah, move on to the next game. Because this was one of the marathons. And then, of course, the roguelike that I liked the most always was Hades. Hades was super good, right? So...
Don't vote on that. Hades is fucking amazing.
Play a game like that again? Maybe. But I don't know. Depends on you guys and what you want. No, I'm not playing Catherine full body. I did a full playthrough of Catherine when it came out as a new game over a decade ago. And I told you guys I had no desire to ever play it again.
I fucking hated the game.
And the only reason people want me to play it is because they want to see cringe sexual content, and I'm not doing that. So no, I'm not playing it again. Mario Kart Super Circuit is the hardest Mario Kart ever for Rageathon. What is Super Circuit? That doesn't ring a bell. Was that a handheld one? Because I swear I played all the console one.
Wait, does this make me immune to fucking...
What's up, Game Boy? How are you this morning? Welcome to the stream. Well, actually, this afternoon. Welcome to the stream.
Huh. I'm actually immune to radiation. That's interesting.
No, I don't have a way to stream PS2 games, right? The only PS2 games I could ever play are the ones that if I got the PS Plus Premium package and whatever games they have on there digitally, which is few and far between. Like, they just never really increase the catalog that much. Yeah, there's really no way to stream them, right? I wish that Sony would get on the whole, backwards compatibility, posterity bandwagon to preserve their old games.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Never done it. It's like they just don't give a crap. Well, Xbox is completely the opposite. And they go out of their way to make it that all their old games will play on their modern consoles. It's just, Sony just doesn't care, which is pretty sad. I really wish they would change that attitude, but whatever. I guess you can't make them care unless there's big money attached to it.
Oh, bollocks.
Okay. Is Boone the sniper in all of Fallout?
Well, that fucking super chat is gonna get leaned. Dude, he said he is gonna demonetize for a month. If
right?
you stop begging for a
Was I a
month,
fan of Contra when I played a Contra collection? Yes, I played Contra in arcades.
that
'Cause
is
for those who don't know,
literally never gonna
Contra
happen.
was originally an arcade machine. Then they ported it to NES, and that became the widespread version everyone knows. But actually, the Contra arcade was significantly harder because they actually wanted you to keep pumping quarters into the machine. So, yes, I am a fan of Contra. I don't know anything about an Empire of the Ants game. No, I've not seen it. Again, people have talked about this Dave the Diver game. I don't really know much about it. Little Shake and Bake, thank you for a super chat. It's a cute black cat super sticker. Thank you, Little Shake and Bake.
Oh no, a little shake and bake.
Cool.
Wait, isn't little? I'm pretty sure little shake and bake is also an OIC sock though.
Would I play chess as part of the Rageathon? If there was a way to play chess, is there a chess game you can download on like PlayStation or Xbox and play online? I know I would lose. I haven't played chess in a million years. I remember most of the rules. Like the rules I probably wouldn't remember. Like I always got confused on when can you flip positions of the king and the tower. I forget when you can do that.
What?
There's a maneuver where you can switch positions of the king and the tower to
What?
save the king.
I'm pretty sure
I can't remember
that's
what the position
not
was, like,
a
when you would actually
fucking
do that.
thing.
Outside of that, like I remember how all the pieces move and everything, but I know that I would probably lose. Like I don't think I would do very well, but I would play.
I mean, I don't know shit about chess, so I can't really say it, but I'm pretty sure there's literally not a fucking rule that lets you
Would I ever
switch
consider
the
Talos Principle again?
position of the
Listen,
king
I like Talos
and
Principle. As
the
frustrating
rook.
as it was, because it really was a challenging game, I actually really enjoyed it. The audience didn't. Like I played it a few times, and by the time that was like the third or fourth session, people were already not showing up and actually legit complaining that the game was boring and they would wish that I would play something else. I just don't feel like my audience has the patience for that kind of game. My audience is way more like action based. You know what I mean? I liked it. I thought these slow paced puzzles and remember laser puzzles and things we were trying to figure out, and the story was building to be more and more interesting. And man, did it break the fourth wall and make you think about what is life and what is existence? And
That's
AI
not fourth wall breaking, you fucking idiot.
If you don't move the rock or the king, you mean the tower or
The
the
rook.
castle, then you can switch them. Is that what it is? They're not moved, and then later on people can swap. Han Solo says, "So who are these people's faces?" You know, it's silly.
Is
I
that
forgot
actually
to
a
talk
thing?
about that, right? So these are the faces of my 6 protagonists from my 6 runs in Fallout up to now. Original 2008 run from the first time I played Fallout 3. Original 2010 run from the first time that I played Fallout New Vegas. The second time that I believe I played Fallout New Vegas, correct? I think that was Fallout New Vegas again. Or was that? No, that was Fallout 3 again, wasn't it? I think I played Fallout 3 twice. Yeah, 2018 and 2013. So those are the 2 runs there. This was the second New Vegas run that I did in 2015, I believe.
No.
Then there was the 2015 original run of Fallout 4 when it was a new game. Because remember,
Wait, has he played
Vegas
Fallout New Vegas
built up
3
Fallout
times?
4. Then I played Fallout 4. And then in 2021, when I was yearly playing a Bethesda game, remember every year it was either like New Vegas or Oblivion or Skyrim. We were doing them at the pace of once a year. You guys voted for New Vegas that year, and that's when I played that. So it's Fallout 3, New Vegas original runs, Fallout 3 second run, New Vegas second run, Fallout 4 original run, New Vegas third run, and then we'll have a new face when I meet my character tonight for my Fallout 4 second run.
Yippee. It's definitely not gonna look like shit. Oh wait, never mind. Yes, it is.
Fallout 4 is successful, but I consider playing Fallout New Vegas again. I would consider playing it again in the future. I'm not going to play it again right now, especially because it's the game I've played 3 times. Out of all the Fallout games, New Vegas is the one I played the most. Fallout 4 is the one I played the least. That's why we're doing Fallout 4 again. What's wrong with the character names? How dare you? You don't like the character names? You're offended? How could you say that?
Because your fucking character names are fucking bad, Phil. They're
Kat
always
tried it
bad.
last week. It is atrociously bad. I already talked about this on a podcast. She played it And the first 3 hours of gameplay is literally do a zillion busy work missions for a bartender. They didn't even try. And you know why? Because originally...
Wait, by the way, Nash, are you still here?
...have NPCs in the game. They added them later. So basically the things you do for the NPCs are fucking boring as shit. And I couldn't believe, like, it was such a boring experience that, like, after 3.5 hours, she quit it entirely. She's like, I never want to play this ever again. This is so bad. It's sad. Want to know why? It graphically looks great. It looks really good, but the VAT system is a joke. It's not real VATs. It doesn't freeze time and let you...
Oh my, of course it's not real VATs! It's a fucking multiplayer game! Fucking imagine that you're in a server with like 20 fucking people and every time someone uses VATs it freezes time for literally everyone in the fucking server.
It just sucks.
God fucking damn it, how can you be this fucking stupid?
Yeah, I actually don't know who I'm gonna make tonight for Fallout 4. I don't know if I'll just make a original character, like a totally new character,
Moki.
nothing like me. Like sometimes I've done that.
I just wanted to ask Nash something, but apparently she's
that doesn't look like me, you know?
gone forever.
Maybe I'll just make an original. Maybe I'll just hit random. I don't know what I'll do. Think about it.
By the way, game audio, I mean, I muted the game audio.
Well, I don't, Ellipsian, just so you know,
should be fine now, right?
You don't have to do busy work missions. You can head to the new content area straight away, but it doesn't make it any good. She was doing this stuff with the bartender, and it was story-based. Like, first she had to go off and rescue some guy in a cave or something, and then she had to go rescue a robot head. She rescued the robot head. The robot was alive, and then they said, oh, well, now the robot...
I've been trying to get Nash to actually try out fucking Fallout 76 for me for like over a week.
In between here, she had to build a base. She had to do all this tedious fucking work.
Wait, do you actually, Moki, do you actually own Fallout 76, by the way?
This game sucks. Like, just not even close to being as good as a real Fallout game. You could tell that they just cut corners to try to make it fit into an MMO mold, and it's just not satisfying for a fan who's played the old Fallout.
Wait, what do you mean still too loud?
You know, maybe for someone who never played them and this is their first experience with Fallout, they would like it. But for those who like,
wait, you can still hear the game audio?
Huge, disappointment. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck? I thought I muted
I
it.
think it is time for us to adjourn our podcast. I want to say thank you to everyone chilling and everyone who supported the stream so far. Thanks for the conversation. And I hope that you guys are having a good time so far today. I hope you'll stick around for Elden Ring and for Fallout 4. But if not, then I wish you all the best. Remember, I will not be here tomorrow. It is my day off. When I return on Friday, I'm sure I'll be having a nice Phil day off segment, as well as game news and the like, talking about how Fallout 4 went tonight, right? We'll have a lot to discuss. And thank you all for a great streaming week. This was a really good
Oh, for fuck.
Even though the schedule, again, got thrown for a loop multiple times, we adjusted on the fly. We still had a good time together. And I really had a good one. Thank you. And
Nah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
on Friday morning,
I just swapped it to where it no longer captures the audio of the game, so I mean it's definitely muted now.
I just need to get set up. And guys, nature calls. I do need to use the bathroom before we start today with Elden Ring, FYI. So please bear with me for a little bit, but it won't be a super long break or anything. But let's get started here. Let's get set up. I'm turning.
Well, Moki, do you actually want to give Fallout 76 a shot with me in a bit? Because I'm actually thinking about ending the stream here.
So I'm gonna play, unless it's a new game and it might have a patch or something. But like,
I mean, let's see how.
it just makes sense. Having these consoles on has actually really heated up the room in some cases. All right, so here's Elden Ring. Let's just get this set up here. Hold on. Let's get the camera to the right size. The power of the Elden Ring. Today's the serious deal because today we're actually heading back to the northern frozen area to do the odds and ends there, and then unlocking Haley Tree. And this is tough. Like, this is a legit tough part of the game for any build. So today should be pretty interesting and challenging. I predict.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Excuse me. by the way, the hold on, loud. By the way, the landscapers are outside, so I might have to get up and close the window in a bit. I already could smell the fresh grass, but I might have to close the window. All right, let's give up on this.
Imagine hating the smell of fresh grass.
Later, I wasn't intending on beating the game yesterday anyway. Okay. All right, guys, ready? Here we go. Oh, by the way, one final thing. So we have new animations today. If you do a $5 or more super chat between $5 and $10, you'll see a Fallout themed animation. We haven't seen that yet. And for all tip levels, I believe it's $5, $10, $20, $30, and $50. We have brand new Street Fighter animations for the stream as well. So all fresh new animations for the stream today. For those who support it, thank you so much to those who do. Thanks to those who already started, and hopefully we keep it up. And thank you to Big Ocho, who just gave a membership to the channel. It went to Austin Sam. Congrats, Austin. Be sure to thank Big Ocho. And Big Ocho, thank you for the support. All right, let's get started because Darziak already has a suggestion. Hold on. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time around, I spent like 20 minutes beating on Radagon, or I should say Radagon beating on me. We're not going to do this now anyway. Like, that was just me wasting time for the end of my stream. We definitely are now going to head to the end game part for me, which is going to be Haley Tree.
Hello, cat. How you doing?
Back up here to this area at the Haley
Little color monster.
By the way, I missed. There's a point of grace around here, and I totally missed it, so we have to go find it. There's a tower thing there to do. There's more stuff to the left over here I haven't done yet that we can check out. Right? And then here is the town with the invisible dudes, I believe. And I think if we do that town, that will unlock the ability to go to Haley Tree. And that's what this is. That's the entrance that warps you.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here.
Frame rate choppy.
Just want to chill a bit because I'm still dealing with my cold and I can feel my headache coming back.
All right, that should have.
I mean, I gotta say, I actually do enjoy the restreaming.
For now, when I see these frame rate issues, I'm just gonna force a refresh.
And I like that I have it set up so I can actually play a game on the side if I feel like it.
I can do that now.
And show it on stream.
I got a recommendation from Darziak. He says I recommend getting the Shard Spiral spell.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone watches this and has any comments about shit that I can improve on, anything like that, just DM me on Discord or something like that.
Well, no, she's not dead, but she's.
Or leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm.
She's the mutation thing. Where is she? Over here.
But yeah, I'll try to do this again soon. Bye.